Good job, me. Good job, me. Hello, hello. Happy Halloween, everybody. Let me get the music going. I got some special Halloween music today. We're here. I believe I got it set up. We're good. We're good. I'm a little late, sorry. But hello. Welcome in, everyone. Happy Halloween. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. No intro. Plucci, I never do intros on members-only streams. Nope, no intro today. Just me. You get me, and you're just gonna have to live with it. Wait, what?
Happy Halloween. Spread love.
Did I forget to... I think I accidentally turned that off instead of turning it on. That's on me. We aren't good enough for an intro? No, I never said that. I never said that. Oh no? Oh no? What is oh no? Hello, Scotty. How are you doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Happy Halloween. I hope you guys are all having a great Halloween so far. I'm having a great one. Why was my mug... I had not considered that if I move myself here, I'm going to ragdoll against the cauldron. That's okay. That's okay. We'll live with that. How's the music sound? How's my audio? We're gonna be vibing today. I've got a couple plans. Happy Ween! It is Happy Ween! Halloween! We can obviously do some tarot. Is that I was just saying we can do some tarot. Tad loud. Fantastic. Good to know. How's that? A little better? What? Oh yeah, wait, I also have this.
11 months of gaming.
11 months of gaming. We're hardcore gamers. Did I? I stained it. I stained it. Wait. That's funny. I made my tea before stream started. And, I had to pull the tea bag out. And I spilled it. That's okay. That's okay. Damn it. I really wanted to book her. I mean, you can still book me. It just won't be as dramatic, I guess. Here, I can zoom myself out a little bit. If that is your desire. Skill issue? What's my skill? Oh, the spill. Yeah, I guess it's spill. Boo! Hello, hello! I forgot to wave. Hello. Maybe even a tad bit if you want it. Yeah! Not a big deal. Let me just turn that a little bit more quiet. That was hot chocolate. It's just tea. It's just tea. Nothing too exciting. You know, but talk about exciting. What I did have for Halloween, I had a Halloween lunch. I made, pigs in a blanket, but they were mummies in a blanket. So I got hot dogs. Obsidian! Thank you so much.
Lucky number 13. _ no fox love.
It is lucky number 13. You know what? And because today is a special day, hold on, I forgot to open up my YouTube stream. What are you even talking about, Plucci? What do you mean? What do you mean scissor and open... What? I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know. Thank you so much for the 13th months in a row. I really appreciate that. But since it is Halloween... let's see. What? I thought I was able to do this. Yeah, lost. Why can't anymore? Yeah, fair enough. Anyways, but thank you so much for the tier 3! I really do appreciate that. But yes, so today I had a couple plans. We want to do some tarot reading. Alright, Plucci, what is your question? I'll go ahead and start shuffling. I brought some stories, so I figured we could do some story reading. And then I also, I got a key for a game demo that I thought we might try out together. I talked about it a little bit the other day, I think during the pumpkin carving stream, that there's like a spooky deck builder game that I got that I thought we might try out together. And then next week I also have some more exciting news. You guys you get to be more informed since you support the stream. I'm going to be doing I got some more horror game demo keys. So I thought we might do some of that next week. But for today, I've got some scary stories that I would like to read, if possible, if you guys are interested. And then I also wanted to check out a little spooky game. But yeah. So Plucci would like a 3-card reading. If anybody else would like a tarot reading, feel free. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for some spooky games. I still can't believe I spilled that. It looks way worse on camera than it actually looks in real life. It's like barely damp to me, but it looks really dark on camera. Storage Wars in the past. I'm trying to draft some more and do it again. Is that a good idea? Should I give it a little twist or maybe do it with some other friends rather than the ones I did before? Good question. What did you spill now? It was just a little bit of tea. It was just a little bit of tea. Nothing crazy. Alright, let's see what the deck says. Here we go. We have King of Pentacles. How many times have we seen King of Pentacles in this deck? I swear this deck is cursed. Page of Cups and 8 of Swords. What the heck? Oh my god, thank you so much for the Vans. Thank you so much, Obsidian. Oh, let's go. I got some platform Vans. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I swear, all a girl is gonna be wearing is her Vans now. I took my checkered Vans to Aldi today. I love my Vans. Alright though, let's see. So your question was, should I do it again? Is it a good idea? Should I give it a little twist or maybe do it with some other friends? Okay. So King of Pentacles. Let's start there. King of Pentacles in reverse, once I find it, is all about, This is an interesting one. So, should we do it? Let me think, Okada. Because I think so, let me, for context, King of Pentacles is about poor financial decisions, being a little bit wasteful, and maybe possessive, or maybe even a little bit of greed. So, perhaps, before you decide to do it again, you should really, well, I guess part of deciding to do it again goes with, like, coming up with a new idea, but maybe coming up with a new idea, and then, not a necessarily new idea, but, like, new storage ideas and stuff like that is a good thing to do. I don't know, that's kind of a hard read. I'm not gonna lie. That's, like, one of the harder reads I've had before. We'll see what the rest of the cards say, though. So, Page of Cups. Page of Cups is all about sensitivity, being innocent and having your head in the clouds. So, let's see. I think giving it a little... So, maybe the way I should do it is the... Let me read the cards first and then I will... Sorry, this is actually kind of a hard question to answer with the deck. Let me move on to 8 of Swords. Okay. Okay. I think, yeah, so 8 of Swords is about feeling restricted and trapped, while Page of Cups is about being idealistic and kind of having, like, being very imaginative, while King of Pentacles is about being wasteful. So I think, coming up with new ideas is a good thing. Is a good thing to do. Like, change the philosophy. Yeah, I don't think you need to change the structure or, like, the format, but change, like, maybe your philosophy is a good idea, because you don't want to feel trapped or, like, stuck where you are. But you also want to be, like, make sure that you're not being overly wasteful and spending, maybe not spending, but encouraging your players to spend more than they need to. But yeah, I think being a little bit more creative with it and coming up with new ideas. Yeah, I like how the thumbnail's a ragdoll fox. Is it actually? That's very funny. That's very funny. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Need me to clarify? Let me know. I saw the new Yu-Gi-Oh! I saw the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Ban list. So actually I like it so far in the way I decided on, like, Far-Fitted. No, I think I like it too. But I think, for me, like, especially because you asked if I wanted to be involved, I would go with more of the creative side and come up with more fun ideas on how to mess up the rest of the, like, bidding section. I think doing that would be fun, or, like, adding more of those kinds of cards. Yeah, of course Maxi wasn't hit. They're not gonna hit Maxi. But I saw they hit, Anti-Spell, Fragrance, and Appaloosa. And that stops it? Sure, why not? Yeah, Called By, because they hit Called By, too. Which is crazy. I didn't think they needed to hit Called By. Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying, is come up with a spin with the non-card deck. That would be my thoughts. They killed a woman on Halloween. Wait, who killed? Who? Me? I got killed? That'd be crazy. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. If you be clarified, let me know. Oppo's a genuinely good hit. Oh, wait, they hit Droll, too? I didn't realize they hit Droll. Like, fully banned. Oh, as for the other people, I think from your reading, I'm sorry, I forgot to do that as part of the question. Again, I think going back to being trapped and, restrictive, I think by trying, the more people you try it out, the better you can customize it. So, as it stands with, like, a lot of things, the more ways you try it, the more people that experience it, I think the better it will be. So, if you try it with more people, I think you should try it with some new people, and then you can always go back to the other people you played with originally. How can you be killed if you're a virus? Did somebody install McAfee? McAfee is not good enough. They're semi-limited. It drolled to 1. Oh. I have to change my staples list to the caveat for alt arts. Do you think you need to? Or do you think that's not already, like, obvious? How much tall are you going to be with those platform vans? I'd have to see how tall they are. How tall are those vans? I just put the platforms on there. I didn't even see how tall the platform was. Let's see. Just got some platform vans, just like my girlfriend now. I love platform shoes in general. I mean, I guess that's 6 inches at least. Let's see. I gotta pull it up. 6 foot? 6 inches would not make me 6 foot tall. 6 inches would still make me 5'10". I think.
Trick or treat.
Welcome in, Zombie. How are you doing today? Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Also, I know that Yigi would like to do a card reading as well. Hold on, my water bottle's in the damn way. Ugh. Yeah. Chat, she needs stilts to be 6 foot. 5'10" is a good height for calling yourself tall. Maybe for a woman. Yeah, I think for a woman you could claim that. Let's see, platform. Yeah, how tall is this platform? Description. Details. 34. Why is it in millimeters? Chat, what's millimeters to inches? It's in, wait, what did they say? 34 millimeters. I don't think that's very tall. It's only it's not even 1.5 inches. You want me to roll all of them? Oh, no, you just dice roll. Okay, I'm rolling. Of course, I don't want to make it for a lot of people since I think... No, I think 4 is the perfect amount. I think it's just mixing up the people that are involved. Okay, can I stop getting the stupid dice stuck on my hands? That would be great. 4-1 tonight. I'm going 5-1. You think so? You think so? That's some weak platforms. I'm 5'5". Let's go. All right, that's an 11. That is not a double or a 6, Yiggy. All right, you are not 5-1. You are 4-2. All right, Yiggy, you are gonna get sent straight to the Shadow Realm. Thank you for playing. We'll see you back in 5 minutes. Farewell for now. Hope stream goes well. Just want to stop by and say Happy Halloween. Well, thank you so much. Happy Halloween to you as well. You know what? There's your trick, Yiggy. There's your trick. Get time down. But yeah, so, as for the story reading, I've realized that chat is in the wrong position. Boink. You're hard to move, chat. You're hard to position. Did you know that? You're just... Whatever. It's fine. This is a temporary screen anyways. Time I removed his chats on YouTube? Oops. Doesn't it always, though? Or is that a new thing? I thought it always did that. I mean, that is kind of intentional. So, you know what? We're just gonna shrink. I'm just gonna shrink chat for today. It's fine. Looks like she has no booty? What the fuck do you mean, Plucci? She erased all incism from the timeline. He just literally got Thanos snapped. He actually just doesn't exist anymore. Not that you know of. You know, that's fair. That's very fair. Yeah, no, I just went Thanos snap, and he's gone. If anyone else would like a tarot reading, feel free. I'm down to do whatever. You don't even really have to redeem if you don't want to, since it is members only. Thank you for the postcard again. Can't wait for the next event deck. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what I want to do next. I also have to plan for what I want to do for my birthday this year. Happy Halloween to you as well. Hello, Raven. How are you doing? Does Fox is gay? Is that your question for the tarot? Christmas or New Year's? New Year's, I don't really care much about. Christmas is something. Yeah, of course I can, Swiggity. What's your question? Feel free to just ask, honestly. I'll do first come first. I don't feel like individualizing it all. If you want more time between then, you could aim for Valentine's. Yeah, Valentine's would be a good idea. Valentine's would be a good idea. I have some plans for the rest of the year and the beginning of next year. Oh my god, did nobody redeem first until now? Hi, Lorenzo. How are you doing today? Let people show why they're single in Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, that would be so funny. Show me your most forever alone deck. I'm back and I got dinner. What'd you bring me? Can the deck be used as a surveillance tool? What's my... Ow! What's the dog doing? Thank you so much! Thank you so much, whoever that was. Thank you so much for the sub. I really do appreciate it. Will I solve the murder tonight, or does the killer get away? I thought you were gonna say, does the killer get gay? And I was like, I hope the killer does get gay. I hate people trying to make Christmas come earlier than December. Agreed! No, I think Christmas needs to wait until December. Honestly, I think Christmas can get a good one. What? Thank you so much for the 3 months, Lorenzo. I really do appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, does the killer get gay? I mean, get away. Ooh, the chariot in reverse. That's an interesting one. Because the chariot is usually all about momentum. It's about movement. But on the reversal, that's about more being trapped in no direction. So there's going to be some obstacles. You're going to be thrown for a loop, that's for sure. Hopefully that makes sense. But if you need me to clarify, let me know. You do fuck a lot of misters. Uh-huh. Whoa, dude. Why are you trying so hard to stick that knife in me? If you're into me, just say it. Holidays have their months they're dedicated to. October, spooky month. November is Thanksgiving. December is Mariah Carey being thought out. So true. Also, oh my god, thank you guys so much for the hype train. What the heck? Apparently, I'm becoming soup. It's me. I'm the soup. We're here to serve up some Vixie stew for Halloween. I hope you guys are hungry. I'm making more holes. That's terrible.
Who's Vixie? For the blind, she is the vision. For the hungry, she is the chef. For the thirsty, she is the water. If Vixie thinks, I agree. If Vixie speaks, I am listening. If Vixie has 1 million fans, I am one of them. If Vixie has 10 fans, I am one of.
Aww, Obsidian, thank you so much for the tip of the message. That is so kind. Happy Halloween. I really appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate that. It cut it off. I'll read the rest of it. I think, let's see. If Vixie has 1 million fans, I am not one of them. I am the opposition. I knew you'd say that. If this is the... Here, let me find find it. I'll read it. Am I really not fucking logged in? Oh my god, look, we have a guest! Hello, guest! How are you doing today? Oh, they're shy. That's a shame. I had a friend who called her bath the soup. Oh my god. So good. And how she wanted to just go home and be soup? I want to go home and be soup too. Nothing wrong with helping the homies relieve some stress. So true. So the skeleton is really big. He is big, isn't he? Ah! Or is Vixie that small? I mean, both can be possible. Both can be possible. Alright, let's see. There's not a way to see the... recent events. Oh, it did actually... No, it just cut it off. Who is Vixie? For the blind, she is the vision. For the hungry, she is the chef. For the thirsty, she is the water. If Vixie thinks, I agree. If Vixie speaks, I am listening. If Vixie has 1,000,000 fans, I am one of them. If Vixie has 10 fans, I am one of. That's all it says, unfortunately. There's the stripes. There's the stripes. Fox has millions and trillions of fans if you count the gallons. Is that what they mean when they call me big boned? Yes, you're big boned. I mean, the cauldron is comically large, too. This means that this is an accurate model to Vixie's real height! What? Oh, my goodness. Whack. Is that what you think, that this is my canonical height? You're right. Sadly, you are right. Ah, yes, my favorite passage from the Fox Bible, Vixelations 420. No, it's Vixelations 666. Also, welcome back, Yiggy. How did you enjoy the Shadow Realm? I hope it was a lovely time. Alright. Would anyone else like a tarot reading? Comically large bowl requires a comically large spoon for only a spoonful. True. Maybe we ain't just big boned to be big boned? We ain't just boned or big boned? Yeah, you're big boned. It's like, we're boned, now we're big boned. And then they're like big time boned, you know? These are platforms so she reaches a certain height. Chat's knees hurt without them? Your knees? Aww.
If Vixie has only one fan, then that is me. If Vixie has no fans, that means I am no longer on this earth. If the world is against Vixie, I am against the world. Spread love.
Thank you so much, Obsidian. Thank you so much. That is so kind. As I was saying for Chalfa, though, so if Chalfa were to do this copy pasta, it would be, who is Vixie? For the blind, she is the blinders. For the hungry, what is the opposite of a chef? She is the thief. So I'm stealing from the hungry. For the thirsty, she is a drought. I guess for the hungry, she is a famine. For the thirsty, she is a drought. If Vixie thinks, I disagree. If Vixie speaks, I'm not listening. If Vixie has 1,000,000 fans, I am none of them. If Vixie has 10 fans, I am not that person. If Vixie has 1 fan, that's not me. If Vixie has 0 fans, I'm still alive. But thank you so much, Obsidian. I really appreciate that. Trust me, when I bone, I got big. Uh-huh. Vixie, yeah, that's me. That's me. Vixelation 6669. And thus the goth Dommy Mommy began to speak in a Midwestern accent. And chat saw this and it was good. Amazing. Amazing. We just copy pasta the Discord? We do. If Vixie has no fans, I succeeded. Oh my god. You wouldn't believe the things I've seen in the Abyss. Things that would drive a normal person insane. I did find Twix and Mars cookies in the Abyss, though. It's not available in the real world. What? That's crazy. Where's mine? Thank you so much for the tip. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank you so much for the level 2 hype train. I really do appreciate it. Alright. Are we all ready for some scary story reading? I was going to read Been Drowned. But then I looked at a reading of Been Drowned. And it takes over an hour. I don't want to be reading for over an hour. So, maybe another time. I'll do a pre-recorded thing. So I want to do some shorter, more punchier stories. I found a couple no-sleep stories. They're classics, so I thought we could read some of those. That ain't a quote already? It should be. It should be. No, for real, I can post in the Discord. I smuggled 2 boxes from the Shadow Realm. Yeah, please share with the crowd. Oh my god, 2-sentence horror stories would be... Fuck, that's hilarious. That's such a funny idea. Wait. I didn't come up with the idea. What... Is it 2-sentence horror story is the... subreddit? It's 2-sentence horror is the subreddit. Oh my god. You'll do a tarot reading? Alright, what is your question, Obsidian? I was 24, fuck it's 3. Have you read Mother Horse Eyes? I haven't read Mother Horse Eyes. I fell asleep to Wendigoon's video about it. I need to rewatch that video and be awake. It was 24, fuck it. Poochie, are you okay? You sound like you are, like, having some kind of attack. I literally don't know what you're saying. You're just saying things. I actually sat on chocolate. I was wearing white jeans. Oh my god. And most people do when watching Wendigoon. It's true. It's true. It's a good channel to sleep to. I love me some Wendigoon, though. I love me some Wendigoon. No, I haven't read through Mother Horse Eyes. How will I be at my current job? I don't feel like I'm stuck there like my previous. Ooh, good question. Let's see what the deck says. Stuff happened today? I see. It's an okay job. That's fair. I think, finding a place that you're comfortable is important. Some really nice. Yeah. I go under from the anesthetic before I do. I hear send him to the penis explosion chamber is a classic. Yeah, that's so funny. That one's so funny. Yeah, I hope you find I hope you have a good time at your current job. Man, I sure love having my face, I said gleefully. No, you don't, said the face stealer guy. Okay, yeah, no, that's a great idea. Let's do some Two Symptoms horror. I might give you guys a little palate cleanser because I do want to read the, I'm a search and rescue officer for the U.S. Forest Service. I have some stories to tell because that one's like an absolute classic. Silver lining about this job is I get to make the streams. Ooh, that's true, that's true. They're in general chat and Discord. I've told you I found shit in the Abyss of the Shadow Realm that isn't available yet. I need really shitty Two Symptoms horror stories. Okay, we'll see what we can find. Alright, then let's see how your current job is gonna go. We have Page of Pentacles in reverse. Oops. Alright, Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles is interesting. It's about procrastination, missed chances, and poor prospects. So I think this kind of job is going to be what you put in is what you get. So I think the best thing that you can do is make sure that you are getting your work done when you need to and don't procrastinate, and make sure to jump on chances as you get them. Hopefully that makes sense. If you need me to clarify, let me know. So many pentacles, it might be our most gotten symbol. I think it is. I think it is. I don't have any more at home. I don't want to go outside right now. Dude, I don't want to go outside right now either. The traffic has been so bad around me lately. And I swear every other day I see people get into an accident. That read you like a book? Well, there you go. But yeah, don't let opportunities fly out the door away from you. Try and pick up on them before it gets too late. Alright, Fate of Tentacles. Yeah, good enough. Saw a pumpkin doing a hangout. I've seen one of those too. It's construction season over here. I feel that deeply. Oh my god, is it construction season where you are too? It's crazy where I am. It's like, there's so much construction. Ugh. And then my allergies get really bad because they're kicking up all this shit. Driving me crazy. Tarot cards, but uses ninja stars. Face your fate, foolish mortal. Face your fate, they say, as they stick a tarot card in your face. Okay, thank you. I put in some initiative. Yeah, I think that's the best thing that you can do. I think that's the best thing you can do. Going outside is overrated. Honestly, so true. Tonight, I'm staying home. I'm plugging in my CRT, and I'm gonna turn on the Ring. Construction season? Circus season here. Oh. Okay, I saw a horse circus once. Of course I did. Of course I saw a horse circus. But I saw a horse circus once. That was a fun time. I can't remember. It was Cavallo, I think. Not the VHS version. The VHS version is like $200. But I have a way that I can transmit DVD to a CRT. I mean, how do I transmit DVD to a CRT? I plug in a DVD player. Don't answer the phone after you watch it. Don't worry, I already made my phone call this morning. Okay, you can't just say I went to a horse circus and not talk about it. Let me see what it's called. Is it Cavallo? There's like a horse circus. Horse circus. Okay, I'm just gonna look up horse circus. Horse circus. Cavalia! That's what it's called. It's Cavalia. Yeah, it's a company that specializes in the creation, production, touring of live equestrian shows. So they do like, here, you can look up Cavalia, but let me also pull up this picture. They like get these really expensive Lipizaners, which is a breed of horse. And then they do stuff like this. Oh, that's really big. Cavalia. Do most circuses not have horses? No, it's not that most circuses don't have horses. It's that the entire circus is horses. Circuses, circusi? I don't know the spelling. Good enough. Hello, Rita Gamer. How are you? People selling fire, breathing fire, and crosswalks, jugglers, people in those unicycles. I love circus. Circus is goth. I could see that. It's like, kind of a goth. Gambit if he was an astrology girly? Wait, who's Gambit? I don't know who Gambit is. Cirky. Yeah, like, circus is Cirky. Alright. Lorenzo would like to test fate. Let's test your fate. Chill and get ready for a Halloween party. Ooh, what kind of plans? Is that a mirrored image? No. That's actually 2 horses. You can tell it's not mirrored because of the way her dress looks. It's not actually a mirrored image. Goth circus? Bitch, that's a haunted house. Damn! Baby, you're a haunted house. Gonna find another superstition. That is not 2 horses? Okay. Also, the legs are different angles. Yeah, you can, if you just took a closer look. Also, look at the tails. Look at the horses' tails. The horses are, that's 2 ladies on horses. What's the difference? Anyways, Lorenzo, let me test your fate. That is a 7. That is not a double or a 6. You know what that means for you. You are going to get sent straight to the Shadow Realm. Thank you for playing. You'll see you back in 5 minutes. Sure, that wasn't easy to train. No, it's not. It is not. It is not. Alright. Okay. Did I spell this right? Horses are tasty. You should talk to Plucci. Plucci likes horse. Did I do that right? Nice. Bit of a drinking costume party and other fun shit, but I'm unfortunately... Oh yeah, that's right! You got designated driver since I lost my bet. I remember this. Horses dapping each other up was not something I expected to see. I mean, expect the unexpected when you come to a stream, you know? I did Plucci was my goat, fellow horse speed eater. They don't serve it in the US. I've never tried it. I'm trying to, like... I've mentioned before, probably the craziest meat I ever had was kangaroo. I don't know why they had kangaroo in the middle of nowhere. But they did. And it tasted like dirt. So I didn't really like it. Anyways, you guys want to read some horror stories? I'm going to start off... I want to start off with this, search and rescue officer. Because I think this is a fun one. Kangaroo is the craziest yawn? What do you mean, yawn? I might have to change the music, because this isn't really spooky enough. This is kind of too fun. Let's see. Twitch safe. We'll see if that's true. Craziest meat I've tasted? What is the craziest music you've tasted? Oh my god. Yeah, what kind of animal have you eaten, Steve Irwin? Probably gonna different now. Gotta do dailies for a game in 20 minutes. All good. Human... Isn't alligator meat very popular in some parts of the US? I think that's weird. I mean, it's all cultural, right? Alligator is just a common critter in the Midwest. No, it's in the Southeast. Got my goth Christmas wish fulfilled yesterday. Wait, did you? What happened yesterday? Oh! Random Gamer, thank you so much for the tip. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. Happy Halloween. I hope you have a fantastic time at the party. Oh, the panty shot. I forgot about the panty shot. Oh my god. Heard it tastes like fish. I've never had alligator, to be fair. Yeah, the goth Christmas wish was finding out that I had a skull on my underwear. I think Swiggity missed that. Hey, look, our guest is back. Is that a euphemism? Always is. Always will be. Alright, let's pull out the screen, shall we? Alligator in Arizona desert, a delicacy. The southeast! Southeast, not southwest. Huh? What did I miss? There's a skull on my underwear. A skull of the fallen hero. It's so true. So true. Alright. Let's get some scary story reading on, shall we? Oh, this is a weird angle now. I think I'm... Oh, because I repositioned myself. Now the screen is at an angle. Never be a streamer, chat. You'll never be satisfied. Ow. There you go. Oh my god, it's like tilted. I'm tilted. I'm tilted that this is tilted. Why? I'm suing for infringement? Oh my god, of course. Whose skull? You don't want to know. Somebody who's long gone. The recent r/never shout never. Yeah, that was the last time I was on Reddit, apparently, was to browse r/never shout never. Thank you so much, Cicada. Happy Halloween to you as well. The skull's actually Pluchy. One on her desk, one on her panties. What's next? One in the cauldron. Don't you see it? The cauldron's right there. It doesn't look great. Oh, no, I know you. I know you don't think so. The Vixie headbanging class. Oh, don't even remind. That's my horror story. That's my fucking horror stories. Is the fact that I mentioned that I fucking headbanged to Can't Stand It. By Never Shout Never. Wait, is this? No, that's not what I want. I want to crop. Not that one. That one. There we go. We'll just crop it there. That's good enough. There used to be 10 mods, not just 9. That's true. That's true. I kill them with bad mods. I kill the mods. That's exactly what happens. All right. We'll just put you right there. Don't look at the fact that I recently browsed Never Shout Never. See, how's a creepy story that you heard that happened to you? Make it like a camping thing? I don't really have any is the problem. Let me think if there is anything that's happened. I mean, the thing is I've been on ghost tours. I went to a haunted penitentiary a couple years ago. I didn't have any kind of paranormal experience. I went to a haunted mansion. No paranormal experience. I went on a haunted cave tour. No paranormal experience. I went on haunted hay rides and all kinds of different things. I've never, ever in my life had a haunted or any kind of paranormal experience. Damn, were those ghosts on vacation? Like, what the fuck? Like, the most exciting thing that happened was when I was on the... I was on the cave tour. I saw a pair of eyes in the dark, but I'm like 99% sure it was a bat. The local, yeah. So I have like horror stories, like locals horror stories. I have embarrassing stories, but like scary stories. Nothing all that interesting has ever really happened to me. Like I've gone and sought it out. I've even played with a Ouija board. Like I've had nothing. Nothing. Is it a copy pasta or someone telling that their own experience is true or not? It r/no sleep is you are meant to go into it with the expectations that these are real. Yeah, I've been to the haunted house. There's plenty of moaning coming from it sounded like the attic. I've never even heard anything like that. Doesn't have to be paranormal to be scary. We had a guy a few weeks ago come to our office because he just sat outside the service and started shooting. Luckily nobody got hurt. Yeah, but those aren't, I don't think those are the kinds of stories that you're looking for on Halloween. That's just like the horror of the real world. It is fiction, though. You're not supposed to go in it with the expectation that it's fiction, though. That's not spooky, that's trauma. Yeah, that's just traumatic. That's not horror. That's just trauma. Brother, half of us are from the United States of America. I think we could share plenty of traumatic stories. That's so funny, Tyler. I did not realize you were trying to make a sex joke. I thought you were talking about ghost moaning. I was like, whoa, moaning coming from the attic. That makes sense. No. See, it would have been more suspicious if you said, my parents used to tell me that my house was haunted, and I believed them because I would hear a lot of moaning coming from the upstairs bedroom at night. That's how you, that's how you pull that one. Your IT is a fellow IT. I know you for a fact. You have horror stories. I mean, that's just job stories. Get enough of that watching the news. Exactly. Anyways, you guys are no fun. I'm gonna read these fucking stories, and you're gonna pretend that they're real, and you're gonna like it. Alright, let's read. So this is from 10 years ago, and the throwaway account is called Search and Rescue Woods, so they really want to believe that they are a search and rescue officer, which I'm inclined to believe them. I'm a search and rescue officer for the U.S. Forest Service. I have some stories to tell. This one's pretty short, by the way. This is just a couple paragraphs. I wasn't sure where else to post these stories, so I figured I'd share them here. I've been a search and rescue officer for a few years now, and along the way I've seen some things that I think you guys will be interested in. I have a pretty good track record for finding missing people. Most of the time, they just wander off the path or slip down a small cliff, and they can't find their way back. The majority of them have heard the old stay where you are thing, and they don't wander far. But I've had 2 cases where that didn't happen. Both bother me a lot, and I use them as motivation to search even harder on the missing persons cases I get called on. The first was a little boy who was out berry picking with his parents. He and his sister were together, and both of them went missing around the same time. Their parents lost sight of them for a few seconds, and in that time, both of the kids apparently wandered off. When their parents couldn't find them, they called us, and we came out to search the area. We found the daughter pretty quickly, and when we asked where her brother was, she told us that he'd been taken away by the bear man. She said he gave her berries, and told her to stay quiet, that he wanted to play with her brother for a while. The last she saw of her brother, he was riding on the shoulders of the bear man, and seemed calm. Of course, our first thought was abduction, but we never found another trace of another human being in that area. The little girl was also insistent that he wasn't a normal man, but that he was tall and covered in hair, like a bear, and that he had a weird face. We searched that area for weeks. It was one of the longest calls I've ever been on. But we never found a trace of that kid. The other was a young woman who was out hiking with her mom and grandpa. According to the mother, her daughter had climbed up a tree to get a better view of the forest, and she'd never come back down. They waited at the base of the tree for hours, calling her name before they called for help. Again, we searched everywhere, and we never found a trace of her. I have no idea where she possibly could have gone, because neither her mother or grandpa saw her come down. Guys, I'm scared. I think this is real. They're fun. They're fun. Yeah, the funny thing is about this one is have you guys ever heard of Missing 411? It's like, I need to look up the details of it, because I know there's like a specific reason why it's called Missing 411. Yeah, so there's like, 411, the concept of 411 revolves around a series of unexplained disappearances, primarily in national parks and remote wilderness areas across the United States, and to a lesser extent in other parts of the world. The term Missing 411 was coined by author and investigator David Paulides, who has extensively documented and written about these puzzling cases. The one story is about the stairs in the woods. Yeah! I watch videos of them, people getting lost in the woods. Yeah, I know, they can be really creepy. Let's see. There's more to this as well. A few times, I've been out on my own searching with a canine, and they tried to lead me straight up cliffs. Not hills, not even rock faces. Straight, sheer cliffs with no possible handholds. It's always baffling, and in those cases, we usually find the person on the other side of the cliff, or miles away from where the canine has led us. I'm sure there's an explanation, but it's sort of strange. I know the Missing 401, they're in your basement. Ah, of course. Someone passed the s'mores. Alright, I'll pass the s'mores. I guess I have a fire. There's a fire under the cauldron. You can light your fire there. Don't even get me started on the cave systems and missing people correlation. Oh, I know. Those could be spooky. We can find the stairs and the staircase in the woods, because that's one of my favorites too. Oh, okay. This is another reason why I think this one is actually real, because listen to this. One particularly sad case involved the recovery of a body. A 9-year-old girl fell down an embankment and got impaled on a dead tree at the base. It was a complete freak accident, but I'll never forget the sound her mother made when we told her what had happened. She saw the body bag being loaded into the ambulance, and she let out the most haunting, heartbroken wail I have ever heard. It was like her whole life was crashing down around her, and a part of her had died with her daughter. I heard from another search and rescue officer that she killed herself a few weeks after it happened. She couldn't live with the loss of her daughter. I was teamed up with another search and rescue officer because we'd received reports of bears in the area. We were looking for a guy who hadn't come home from a climbing trip when he was supposed to, and we ended up having to do some serious climbing to get where he figured he'd be. We found him trapped in a small crevice with a broken leg. It was not pleasant. He had been there for almost 2 days, and his leg was very obviously infected. We were able to get him into a chopper, and I heard from one of the EMTs that the guy was absolutely inconsolable. He kept talking about he'd been doing fine, and when he got to the top, a man had been there. He said the guy had no climbing equipment, and he was wearing a parka and ski pants. He walked up to the guy, and when the guy turned around, he said he had no face. It was just blank. He freaked out and ended up trying to get off the mountain too fast, which is why he'd fallen. He said he could hear the night all night, climbing down the mountain and letting all these horrible muffled screams. That story bothered the hell out of me. I'm glad I wasn't there to hear it. That's just for the crazy people that squeeze into cracks no human was meant to be in. Could also be kidnapped, to be fair. We didn't even talk about the people who choose to go in caves. That's true. Caves are an interesting one. There's actually a lot of caves in the Midwest because there's a lot of water in the area. And the kinds of things that people get up to in caves is kind of whack. Kind of whack. Caves are interesting, though. You forgot the graham crackers for the s'mores? Have the substitute with Cheez-Its? Nasty. The Nutty Putty Cave. Yeah, that one's crazy. Caves freak me out. Me too, honestly. Me too. I've been to a few caves, though. We had, I had a tour for a cave. I went on a cave tour when I went, to Colorado. That was really fun. That was the haunted cave tour where I saw the eyes. It didn't really freak me out that much, though. But yeah, cave tours. Those are fun. Alright. Let's see. What's the next one? Like the Bat Cave tours? I've never been on the Bat Cave tour. Not the Colorado caves. What's wrong with the Colorado caves? You know what? Reese's Cups for their s'mores? They're pretty good. I've never had Reese's Peanut Butter Cups in a s'more. That sounds amazing. Caves are amazing. I don't mean the guys that go get sex because they're morons, like regular spacious caves. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. There's, like, you go into the caves that are, like, really big and open. And don't go to the tight spaces, but the ones where you can, like, go in. At most, I'd go into a cave that was narrow enough that I, at 5'4", would have to bend over. But I don't want to have to be crawling. If I start crawling, then it's too tight. So think about the mountains make them extra haunted. Like the Appalachia areas, too. Yeah, no, it was definitely spooky. And I went on a haunted cave tour, but it wasn't super scary. So all of them... What do you mean? OMG Vixie. OMG what, Plucci? Dripstone caves are cool. Oh, those are cool. Those are really cool. Never mind, she's 5'3", not 4. Oh, you're calling me... Because I don't have to crawl. Because I don't... Okay, I see what you're saying. You probably love caves. Your ancestors are what the dwarves are based on? What the fuck? Holy shit, that caught me off guard. Oh my god, you guys. Ow, I actually hurt my wrist doing that. That's funny. Okay, you got me with that one. You got me with that one. Alright, let's see the next one. One of the scariest things I've ever had happen to me involved the search for a young woman who'd gotten separated from her hiking group. We were out until late at night because the dogs had picked up her scent. When we found her, she was curled up under a large rotted log. She was missing her shoes and pack, and she was clearly in shock. She didn't have any injuries, and we were able to get her to walk back with us to base ops. Along the way, she kept looking behind us and asking why that, quote, big man with black eyes was following us. We couldn't see anyone, so we just wrote it off as some weird symptom of shock. But the closer we got to base, the more agitated this woman got. She kept asking me to tell him to stop, quote, making faces at her. At one point, she stopped and turned around and started yelling into the forest, saying that she wanted him to leave her alone. She wasn't going to go with him, she said, and she wouldn't give us to him. We finally got her to keep moving, but we started hearing these weird noises coming from all around us. It was almost like coughing, but more rhythmic and deeper. It was almost insect-like. I don't really know how else to describe it. When we were within sight of base ops, the woman turns to me, and her eyes are about as wide as I can imagine could open them. She touches my shoulder and says, "He says to tell you to speed up. He doesn't like looking at the scar on your neck." I have a very small scar on the base of my neck, but it's mostly hidden under my collar, and I have no idea how this woman saw it. Right after she says it, I hear that weird coughing right in my ear, and I just about jumped out of my skin. I hustled her to ops, trying not to show how freaked out I was, but I have to say I was really happy we left the area that night. What is the rock formation that forms the ceiling of a cave and the ones that form from the ground? Stalactite and stalagmite. I don't remember what the difference is. Vixie yearns for the mines. I do not yearn for the mines. I do not yearn for the mines. Next one. This is the last one I'll tell, and it's probably the weirdest story I have. And I don't know if this is true in every search and rescue unit, but in mine, it's sort of an unspoken regular thing we run into. You can try asking about it with other search and rescue officers, but even if they know what you're talking about, they probably won't say anything about it. We've been told not to talk about it by our superiors, and at this point we've all gotten so used to it that it doesn't even seem weird anymore. On just about every case, we're really far into the wilderness. I'm talking 30 or 40 miles. At some point, we'll find a staircase in the middle of the roads. In the middle of the woods. It's almost like if you took the stairs in your house, cut them out, and put them in the forest. I asked about it the first time I saw some, and the other officer just told me not to worry about it, that it was normal. Everyone I asked said the same thing. I wanted to go check them out, but I was told, very emphatically, that I should never go near any of them. I just sort of ignore them now when I run into them because it happens so frequently. Tight is ceiling. Stalagmite is ground. Okay, that makes sense. I forgot you had stream today. I do have stream today. We're reading some scary stories. Hello, Ethereal. How are you doing today? Yeah, stalactite and stalagmites. Cool, cool, cool. They're cool little formations. They're cool little formations. All right, that one. Okay, this is how I know this guy's an actual ranger. That's just like, I think this is a true story. This is a true story. This is why, like, you go into No Sleep with the belief that this is a factual story. And if you don't get any proof that it isn't, then you believe it. My brain would so badly want to walk up the stairs. Hold on, I know there's actually one where somebody does. Let me see if I can find it really quick. There's a very specific story that I'm trying to find. Can't find it. Got how many of the staircases and baffles me onto why it goes to nowhere most of the time. You found them before? That's really interesting. I've never found anything like that. But apparently, oh, this is interesting. Here. Let me pull this up. So I was looking at this thread, the Stairs of the Wood horror stories. A lot of people are referencing this one. But if you go to the side here, they have these. Let me move this again. Oh god. It's gonna be annoying, isn't it? They actually have pictures of people finding stairs in the middle of nowhere. Over here. They're remains of houses or bunkers. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have mountain cabins. You rarely find them randomly in the woods. Yeah, they're usually in old settlements. Or like where once were settlements. I've never found stairs in the woods, but I have found old stoves. I've seen an old stove, bullet casings, that kind of thing. Neat. I thought those were not real. No, they're actually real. They're actually real. I think the big thing is the reason why the stairs remain versus everything else is because they're usually centralized. So everything else will be destroyed before the center. But they're also pretty well reinforced. Illegal dumping? It could have been illegal dumping, yeah. Finding stairs is okay. When you see an escalator run, yeah, I'm sure that's true. I'm sure that's true. Alright. I did also I opened up a couple other stories. It's up to you guys. This is like a special Halloween stream, so I'm down to do whatever. We could read some more scary stories because I have a couple other picked out. We could read some 2-sentence horror stories, or we can check out that demo game I was talking about. You're telling me stairs are real? I know, it's such a shock to learn, but yes, stairs are indeed real. ASMR reading? I don't know if I'm ASMR, but I am reading stories. Those ones I found are actually railroad ties and rebar buried in the ground to hold them up. Oh, that's interesting. Even worse, women are real. Shh. It's Halloween. You're gonna scare them too much. We can play Andy and Lele. I don't own it. Also, that game is long. 2 more scary stories. Okay, let's do that. I like doing that. Now, that is the only story that I've read before. I don't know the other ones. I don't realize scary stories. Most horror I consume is other people explaining it or SCP articles. Let's read some more scary stories then. So we're gonna just go through some of the top-rated ones in r/nosleep that I picked up. Hear me out. Some Isaac. I don't know if I feel like Isaac right now. It's a common thing from where I'm from. Oh my god, you guys are insane. Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna start reading. So this is one called A Package Marked Return to Sender. Okay, wait, this is too real. This is too real. My neighbor is one of those annoying wannabe YouTube personalities. Over the years, I've seen him cough out cinnamon, lay flat on the hood of his car as it slowly creeps down the driveway, and douse himself in lukewarm water, all the while screaming, "Epic! Win! Epic fail! Or fuck! Epic maintenance of the status quo," for all I know. It can get tiring to watch him go about his shenanigans in the pursuit of viral fame. So when he knocked on my door the other day, told me he was going away for a few weeks, and asked if I get his mail, honestly, it was a relief. I can't explain the peace of mind I had knowing I didn't have to brace myself for any of his stupidity for a while. I was always afraid his stunts would wind up bleeding over into my life. Things were pretty normal for the first couple of days. He received a few bills, a bit of spam, and what I could only assume was a birthday card. Then one evening, I got home to find a cardboard box waiting on his front porch. In big red letters was written, "Return to sender." I'm no small fry, but I admit I had trouble lifting the box on my own. It was really freaking heavy. Lugging across the road to my house was even harder, and I quickly realized there was no way I was going to drag it up the stairs and through my front door. I decided I'd leave his package in my garage. It wasn't like I kept my car in there. The garage door is a piece of shit that refused to open without a good thug and a whack. It was less trouble just leaving the car in the driveway than it was to fight with the garage door every morning and night. In hindsight, I should have set the package down while I struggled to open the tricky door, but you know how it is when you've got a good grip on something. No point in setting it down if you don't have to. It was as I kicked the door for a third time that I lost my grip on the package and it fell to the ground. I heard a light crack inside. Shit, I cursed. I hoped I hadn't broken anything important, but figured I wouldn't tell my neighbor about it and let him assume the break happened en route. Hands free, I finally managed to get the garage door unstuck, and boy did it screech in protest as it rolled up and over me. I dragged the box the rest of the way, setting it in the corner for whenever my neighbor would come back to claim it. And then I forgot all about it. Until a few days passed, that is. I'm not sure exactly how long it took for the smell to waft in from the crack under the garage to house door, but it came in slow progression. It was a sickly sweet odor, similar to a skunk. And for the first few days after I smelled it, I genuinely assumed that's exactly what it was. Roadkill that had left its mark on my house. It was only when I realized the scent was growing more and more intense instead of fading that I went looking for a source. That's when I opened the garage door, and that's when the odor knocked me out, holding my nose. The culprit wasn't hard to identify. The only change in my garage was the box in the corner. I remember thinking it must have been one of those meat of the month subscription boxes. The meat must have gone rancid from being left out of the fridge for so long. How much meat could have been in there for the box to have been so large and heavy? An entire freaking cow? I covered my nose as I approached the box, a pair of scissors in my hands. I probably wouldn't have needed them to open it as it had become soggy enough at the bottom to poke through with a finger, but I wasn't about to poke my finger into spoiled meat juices. That soggy bottom was the reason I had to open the box in the first place. If I tried to drag it out whole, everything would spill onto the floor. I was going to have to dump the pieces of meat one garbage bag at a time and take them down to the dumpster, a process I wasn't looking forward to. My scissors tore through the tape along the top of the cardboard box. I thought the smell couldn't get any worse, but as I flipped the flaps open, I discovered a whole new gamut of stink. It was like opening a burning oven, but instead of a heat wave, I was met with waves of piss, sweat, shit, and putrefaction. It was so bad that I staggered back and had to force down the puke, begging to guzzle out of me. I don't think I could have handled that scent mingling with the horrors coming out of the box. I'm not ashamed to admit I ran out the door for a breath of fresh air, but in the short time I'd spent in the garage, the smell had become so ingrained in the fabric of my clothes that it clung to me like a shadow. Nothing I tried could keep the smell out of my nostrils. Not air fresheners, not a face mask, not 3 showers and a change of clothes. Every second that box lay open in my garage was another second that the smell was allowed a foothold into my home. I had to bite the bullet. I returned to the garage, the flaps of the box still open, as though inviting me to look. I was prepared. A clothespin pinning my nostrils shut, a garbage bag in one hand, the strongest cleaner I could find in the other, and long rubber gloves to keep my skin from having to touch what was inside. But as it turns out, I needed none of these things. I wouldn't have to touch or clean the contents of that box. I would only have to suffer the nightmares every night. You see, there was meat in that box, but it didn't come from a cow or a pig. No, it was worse than that. It was my neighbor. Dead. Still in one piece, but dead. I called the cops, and naturally they took me in for interrogation. It's kind of hard not to suspect the man with the corpse in his garage after all. Thankfully, they soon realized I wasn't involved. My DNA might have been all over that box, the smell might have left a mark throughout my house, but there was one piece of irrefutable evidence in my neighbor's own hands that proved my innocence. A vlogging camera. They showed me the footage only once. I'm not sure if they were allowed to, or if they felt so bad for me, they figured it couldn't hurt. Either way, I saw it. My neighbor was sitting in the box outside of a shipping facility, laughing as he told the world how he was going to mail himself across state lines. He'd brought pee bottles, food, a pillow, and a few flashlights. His friend, a guy I'd seen at his place several times to help with his stunts, closed the lid and presumably dropped him off for shipment. Throughout the next couple of hours or days, I'm honestly not sure, my neighbor recorded a few short clips about his progress. I think I'm in a truck now, I can feel it moving. Must be in a warehouse, pretty warm here, still got plenty of food, that kind of stuff. And then the last entry, the box toppled over. He broke his neck, and that was it. The camera recorded until either the memory card got too full or the battery died. There's one thing I didn't tell the police after they showed me the video. One thing I heard in the footage that will haunt me to the day I die. Just after the tumble that broke his neck, I heard the familiar screeching sound of my garage door. Ooh, that one was good. I like that one. Honestly deserved. Curse that guy for being an annoying YouTube vlogger. I mean, honestly, if you are stupid enough to try to mail yourself across state lines, yeah. That was chilling. That was chilling. Wait. Wait, you're right. I didn't realize that he killed him. Oh, yeah, because the neck doesn't snap until he gets into the garage door. The crack he heard was his neck. Yeah. There's so many checks that would prevent that. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Is it record a dead body? Yep. I would be at least surprised if it was real. I think it probably is unlikely because of the amount of checking that goes... I mean, okay. It's tight. Like I said, this is a no-sleep story, so we're meant to go into it with the presumption that this is true. So, for fun, if this is your kind of fun. Or at least that some dumbass would try. Yeah, that's true. That's very fair. That's very fair. Alright, that was an interesting one. I like that one. That one is good. Alright. Here's another one. How long is this one? This one looks... This one's not so bad. Okay. Murder's my type of fun? Hell yeah. It's not impossible. There's something Logan did similar somehow. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of crazy ones. Guys, this could never happen in real life. I know. Find the one with Plucci in it. How about, my students submitted the most disturbing, quote, living history project I've ever seen. What is a living history project? Okay, let's see. One of my least favorite parts about being a middle school history teacher is the bullshit, quote, living history assignments we give at the end of every school year. Kids are supposed to sit with their grandparents and videotape, voice record, or transcribe their oldest memories for posterity. And for an easy way to bring up their GPA. Hi, friend. I've been doing this for 17 years, and when I collected the projects this time around, I assumed they would be as dull, if not duller, than usual. This had not been a particularly bright class. So I went home, poured myself a glass of wine, and prepared for a long night of, quote, I only owned 2 pair of pants when I was your age, and, quote, my brother got beat with a newspaper for hitting a baseball into our neighbor's yard. And of course, these projects were peppered with innocent old person comments that were so horribly sexist and racist, you just had to laugh. Now, I had a girl in my class whom I will call Olivia. She was pudgy, quiet, and proved herself a consistent B student. I expected her project to be as unremarkable as her, And perhaps that's why I was so profoundly disturbed by what I witnessed that night. Olivia had submitted 2 discs for some reason, so I began with the one marked interview. My screen hiccuped twice before a grainy image of a living room came into view. The place was a hoarder's hell. Olivia was curled up in an armchair, clutching a notebook and looking like a scared animal. Across from her sat a man with a somber countenance, smoking a cigarette and staring at her expectantly. "Go ahead," a woman's voice whispered from behind the screen. Olivia's owlish eyes flashed towards the screen and then back to the man. Making sure. Alright, horror war story. Yeah, judgy teacher's crazy. My student submitted the most disturbing quote. He said, "I found your OnlyFans." Oh my god. "I am here with my great Uncle Stephen," she began almost inaudibly. "He's going to tell us about his oldest memories from being in the army." Great Uncle Stephen looked like he'd rather be in a goddamn trench at that moment, but he waited patiently for the questions to begin. Not surprisingly, Olivia read verbatim from the suggested question sheet I had handed out to the students. He answered her curtly. Once or twice I heard her mother whisper, "Speak up, Olivia," from behind the camera. Typical boring shit. So I was intrigued when Olivia set down the notebook and asked, "Did you like being in the army?" That was totally off script. Great Uncle Stephen emitted a chain smoker's wheeze. "Nope, glad to get out of my town, though." "Where did you go?" "Balkans." "Uh-huh," she said. I doubted she knew what the Balkans were, and my suspicion was confirmed when she asked, "Was Bacchus very different from here?" "Yes." Mom cleared her throat from behind the camera, perhaps encouraging Great Uncle Stephen to be a little more forthcoming. But Olivia seemed genuinely interested. "Uncle Stephen," she asked, "what is your very worst memory from the army?" The old man crushed his cigarette in the ashtray and then slowly lifted himself out of his chair. "I'll be back," he mumbled. The camera cut off. When the screen flashed back on, everything was the same except Great Uncle Stephen had several pieces of paper and plastic sleeves laid atop all the crap sitting on his coffee table. One he held in his hand. "I was a kid when I enlisted," he said, looking at Olivia. "Your brother's age," he told her. Olivia nodded. "I never saw combat. Both my deployments were to cities in Eastern Europe that had been destroyed by civil wars. Everything was a mess. I felt like a janitor for fuck's sake." "Ahem," Mom coughed. Great Uncle Stephen sighed and looked at his paper. "My unit was assigned to a school that had been obliterated by all the violence. Broken windows, caved-in rooms, and for some reason the part that got to me the most was that the school had been like this for years before we got there. No one had lifted a finger to fix it. I saw kids walk by it on their way to go beg for money or whatever shit they did. The camera dipped towards the floor as I heard Mom whisper harshly at Great Uncle Stephen. I couldn't make out what she was saying, but it wasn't hard to imagine. "Do you want to hear this goddamn story or not?" I heard him bark in response. "You'd better tell me how I want." "Mom," Olivia chimed, "please stop interrupting." "Are you presenting this in front of the class?" "No, Mom, we're just handing it to the teacher." I'm sure he's heard the word shit before. Great Uncle Stephen contributed helpfully. I wasn't a he, as a matter of fact, but other than that, the same was accurate. The camera was lifted, and after a few blurry focus adjustment, the shot was the same as before. "I'm talking too much anyway," he grumbled. He lifted the piece of paper in his hand close to his face. "In the basement, I found this letter. I didn't know what it said, but I had a buddy of mine translate it, so I'm going to read it now. And then I'll tell you what I saw in that basement." A chill ran down my spine. Mom zoomed into Great Uncle Stephen in his letter. His palsied hands trembled as he held up the paper. This is what he read. "Dear Sir, I never loved my country. So many of these skirmishes are born from patriotism, a power struggle for the shards of a once great empire. But I do not care what name my home has on a map. This fighting is senseless, and I stay as far away from it as I can. It was not these attacks and disorganized violence that took the lives of my wife and children. It was illness. Mercifully, it happened quickly for the baby. Nadia suffered for longer. I watched in horror, knowing I could do nothing for them. My only solace is that I was there for them every step of the way. I stopped going to work one day, and no one came after me. I doubt they noticed I was gone. Since the school was simply across a field, visible from my window, it would have been easy to go for a few hours each day and come home quickly to care for them. What was the point? All I did was clean floors. I was useless to the world as I was to my family. I tried to take Nadia to the hospital, but the journey was too long and taxing. I brought her home, and she died that night. After Nadia and the baby were gone, well, I don't remember much. I didn't leave my hovel, barely ate and slept. Thought many times of taking my own life. Tempting though it was, I felt paralyzed by my own helplessness. The only thing that kept me sane was my radio. I never turned it off once, even though I didn't listen to the words being said. In fact, the channel I got the cleanest was in English, I think, which I don't speak a lick of. But the voices, the music, and the true knowledge that life existed beyond this violent city sustained me. I have no idea how long passed before I saw the light of day again. I was dizzy from hunger, so finding food was my priority. My radio came with me, of course. Since I first holed myself up, it has gone everywhere with me. It talks to me as I sleep and as I wake. I don't know what it's saying, but I know I would die without it. Once I had some food and water, it occurred to me that the only thing left to do was to go back to work. So I did. The following morning, I simply returned to the school I was a janitor and got back to work. Nobody made a big deal out of it. Like I said, Naja had been sick for a long time, and those who worked at the school knew it. I appreciate that no one had pestered me to come back to work during the hardest days of my life. The teachers never said much to me, but we smiled at each other in the halls, and that mutual respect was perhaps the reason I decided to come back at all. The place had gone to the dogs without me, so I simply grabbed my broom and rags from my closet and set to cleaning. Everyone is grateful to have me back, I know. And the best part is that nobody minds my radio. I bring it with me everywhere and keep the volume low enough not to disrupt the students. No one has ever complained. In fact, I suspect they liked it. The schoolhouse is not very big, but does require a lot of maintenance. The floors are always sticky and stained, so I spend most of my time mopping. Kids make messes. I guess that's why I'm still in business. Sometimes I have to move things around to make sure I get every spot on the floor beautiful and clean, but I take pride in that. And the repairs. The school always needs tune-ups here and there, and I'm happy to help. Some days I'm reconstructing a desk that broke as I whistle along with the radio. Other times I handle more serious structural issues. Days when I have to work like this, I feel truly instrumental, like a cog in a larger machine. How could the school survive without me? It took me a long time, but I once again felt like I have purpose. There's a larder behind the school that is full of preserved food. In lieu of payment, I am allowed to take as much food as I need. That arrangement is fine. What would I do with money anyway? I used to bring the food back to my home, just one field away from the school. But when I started sleeping in the basement, no one seemed to notice. The school is special to me, and I cannot leave it unguarded. When I am besieged with memories of my wife and baby, I turn up the volume on the radio to drown out such thoughts. It works for me every time. Except this morning. Because this morning, I woke up to dead silence. I frantically examined the radio to see what had happened. I honestly cannot tell you how many days in a row I have been using it. Did it simply live out its life and die naturally? I spent the entire day trying to fix it. Most of this time I have been crying. I am losing my mind without it. I have given myself until sundown. If I cannot fix it by then, I am going to take my life. I am writing this because the sunlight is starting to die, and I know what my fate shall be. I thought about taking one last walk through the halls of my school, saying goodbye to the students and teachers. I know I will be missed, but I cannot bring myself to leave this room. I cannot go anywhere knowing that my radio is dead in here. There are no more tears in me. It feels now like I can't catch my breath. I vomited what little food I had in my stomach, and I am growing dizzy again, like I did after Naja died. I am not long for this world. Before I take my life, I have closed the door to this room and stuck a chair beneath the handle. It is the only room in the basement and has a small casement that lets in just enough light for me to see what I am doing. If anyone is kind enough to come looking for me, they should not be met with a gruesome sight. Perhaps they will see the doors blocked, smell my rotting body, and simply forget I ever existed. But I have placed both my radio and this note inside the door. Kind sir, if you're reading this, I have one humble request. Please fix it. Save my radio. It did not deserve to die in its sleep, and I am ashamed that I cannot revive it. Now I am ready to join Naja and little Ludmilla in heaven. I hope the school can find another janitor who loves and cares for it the way I do. The hour is now. Do not forget my radio. Stanislav. When Mom zoomed back out, Olivia had tears in her eyes. Thank you for sharing, Uncle Stephen. Mom said, her voice choked. I think we have enough. Wait!
The power of Christ compels you!
Wait, Olivia chirped. He said there's more. What did you find? Before Great Uncle Stephen could open his mouth, the image disappeared. My jaw dropped. Was that it? What did Great Uncle Stephen see? I promptly remembered there was a second disc. Though this one was unmarked. But I hoped it contained the rest of the video. Or the rest of the interview. There was no video. Only audio. The voice that started up was Olivia's. Hi, Miss Garrity. I'm sorry about my mom, but she refused to record the rest of what my uncle was saying. But I asked him to continue and secretly recorded the story as a voice memo on my phone. I remember you said earlier this year that history is written by the people who win wars. She sucked in her breath and commenced crying. But everyone's history is important, even if they are sad, pathetic people, and even if they never won a single thing in their life. I haven't slept through the night since I finished this project, but you have to hear what my uncle has to say. There were tears in my eyes, too. The sincerity of her words were beautiful. I was also flattered that she had remembered some trite phrase I threw around because of what my history teacher said to me. Before I got too sappy over it, the audio began. Fine, came Mom's frustrated voice. If you want to hear the rest of the story, fine, but this is not appropriate for a school project. Let me finish, Great Uncle Stephen snapped. If it's too much for you, help yourself to a snack in the kitchen. But Olivia wants to know what happened. I heard her mother mumble something and walk away. Olivia and her uncle were alone. I imagined her looking at him expectantly. So, did you find the radio, or did it get ruined when the school blew up? He rasped when I heard the distinct click of a lighter. That letter, he began slowly, had a date on it. What date? She inquired hungrily. It was dated 2 weeks before we restarted building the school. Didn't you say the school had been destroyed like 2 years ago? Yes, replied Great Uncle Stephen. It had been. There was silence as I felt goosebumps on my arms. The images that came to my mind were almost too overwhelming to express, but Great Uncle Stephen put them into words effortlessly. Clearly he had spent his whole life thinking about it. This man, this Stanislav, went to a vandalized, falling apart schoolhouse and cleaned up blood and rubble like it was spilled drinks and dust. He smiled at dead bodies in the hallway and believed they were smiling back at him because they liked his radio. He moved around corpses so he could sweep the ground under them. The roof was half collapsed, so when it rained, he must have gotten soaking wet, but was so oblivious that he didn't feel a thing. I could hear Olivia crying steadily. I found the larder he was talking about. It was all pickled, preserved food that probably tasted like shit. Most of the stuff was moldy. Did you see the dead body? Yes. Hanging from the ceiling, but still amazingly lifelike. He wasn't rotting away. This hadn't happened years ago. Did he look peaceful? She asked, a chord of desperation in her voice. Couldn't tell you. The smell was rank and his face was blue and his eyes were bulging. Like this. I imagined him demonstrating. And the radio? Olivia wept. I heard Great Uncle Stephen take a long drag of his cigarette. It was there all right. And it was still on. Damn. That one was a little long. But I like that one. That wasn't actually where I thought it was going. I didn't know if this was going to be some, like, really gruesome, like, war story or something. But to have someone, like, imagine themselves as a janitor for an old, schoolhouse is very interesting. Did she get an A, though? You know, that is the question. Did she get an A, though? I think she deserved an A. Steven was just airing out his trucks for free? Damn. I know. Or his trauma, yeah, airing out his trauma for free. I know. So the OP said it was a middle school, so middle school history class. I'm trying to think about, like, what a parent would consider to be safe to share. Like, Corpse's Delusions, yeah, but what grade did she get? I don't know. Maybe somebody else asked. I don't think anybody else did ask. That was a good one, though. That was a good one. Alright, you guys want to do one more and then try a little bit of the game? Does that sound good? I think there's this one that I saw that was very, very short. Imagine going through all that shit and getting a B+. Could you imagine? That would be crazy. That would be absolutely crazy. Sounds good to you? Alright. Okay. If you can see this, it is very important that you keep reading. This is Colonel Jacob Wayne of the United States Air Force. If you're reading this right now...
The power of Christ helps you!
Are you not enjoying this or something, Plucci? Do you want me to stop reading? Damn, okay, I guess we can stop reading. No? You keep hitting me with the damn book. I just want to see your panties. Fuck off. Oh my god. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Dude, what about the crumbs? Oh, great idea. Oh my god. No, he just wants you to read the book he threw? Oh, okay. Good one.
The power of Christ!
Oh my god. Alright, I think we've had enough scary story reading. Let's play a little bit of this game, shall we? Let me get it set up really quick. What game are we playing? I think it's a bit late for this Reddit. Wait, what do you mean? Keep reading? Okay, we playing? Okay. If you guys want me to read one more story, we can read one more story. You keep going if you want. I want to make sure you guys are still into it. Vixie does Culver's tier list? It's 2018? What's wrong with it reading old stories, Plucci? Those are the best ones. Still into it? Alright, alright. I've been here the whole time for a reason. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Nothing. You're giving me mixed signals here, you know. Alright, anyways, back to reading. If you can see this, it is very important that you keep reading. This is Colonel Jacob Wayne of the United States Air Force. If you're reading this right now, it is very important that you keep reading until the end. It should take 3 to 5 minutes, and it is extremely important that you read carefully and follow the instructions provided. Humor me if you must, but please don't look away until you finish reading. Oh, and please try to stay calm. Any increase in your stress levels will draw their attention. Ergo, I won't go into detail as to how you got where you are. How you got here isn't as important as getting you out. Believe me when I say we are working on that right now. The best way to help yourself is to keep reading. Don't scan ahead. Don't read out loud. Just read. Right now, you're probably thinking back on the past few days and nothing felt out of the ordinary. You went about your regular daily activities with nothing unusual to report. That's because they are very good. So good. Most people don't even realize they're in the simulation. Even as our code works its way deeper into their program, they are monitoring you, so please remain calm. It was tricky, but we found a way in to communicate directly with you. We had to embed this message into your daily routine so it didn't draw their attention. You're probably reading this on Reddit, Facebook, or some other social media site. Might even be in an email forward or a book. We don't know. We can't control how the message gets to you. We only know that you're receiving it. Subliminally, as your eyes are passing over these words, a code is being uploaded into your brain. Think of it as a computer virus. Or in this case, an antivirus. Your brain is an organic computer, and they exploited that. They hacked it right into your subconscious mind and overrode it with their simulation code. That's how they got in. And that's why everything appears normal. You might think that you're going about your daily life, but in reality, you're strapped to a table with tubes sticking out of your body. Now that the code is uploading, you begin to feel some sensations. For example, one ear might feel slightly warmer than the other. You might even feel an itch or tickle. Don't scratch. Just let it be. Ignore the dull background hum you might hear as well. That's their program. If they catch on before our code has time to work, they will abort the simulation. If that happens, you'll be lost to us forever. Oh, and don't be alarmed, but by now, they realize that we are in their system. You may notice some small changes, specifically a slight shortness of breath, or that you have to control your breathing manually. This is normal. We know from other communication attempts that whenever they discover a code break-in, the first system they power down is the one controlling your breathing. Thankfully, even in the simulation, you are capable of breathing manually. Try it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale. Awesome. You're doing just fine. You've probably figured out there's a glitch. But if our code is working, we've disabled their ability to do a hard reboot. Because of this, they'll try other methods to disrupt the upload. It is very important that you ignore anything that might draw your attention from these words. If they pull you away before the upload completes, it will delete our code. Block them out. Ignore the movements you see in your peripheral vision. Those sounds you hear, the voices, they aren't family, friends, or coworkers in need of attention. They may even try to use your pets. They know your weaknesses. Overlook the notifications popping up on your screen if you're on a phone or computer. Block them all out until you finish reading. It's just another way they'll try to break our communication link. Evidently, if our code is working, the next thing you'll notice is an overwhelming urge to swallow. You don't realize it, but there's a feeding tube down your throat. You only know it's there because your tongue won't rest comfortably in your mouth. You might also become hyper aware of the amount of saliva being produced. Don't overreact. If you have to swallow, just swallow. It's only weird if you make it weird. So if you're still reading this, the code upload is about 90% complete. We've locked onto your location. You're doing great, but you're really going to need to focus now. Once the upload is complete, there will be instructions you will need to follow to exit the simulation. That is, if you followed the instructions and haven't looked away. Complicating matters is the fact that they know we're here, and they know what we're doing. Their attempts to divert your attention through the simulation proved unsuccessful, so now they're going to use your body systems against you. They are in your brain. They want you to blink. Don't blink. Your life depends on keeping your eyes open. Almost there. Just a few paragraphs more until the code upload is complete. Don't scan down or up. Just keep reading. I got you this far. Stay with me. Eyes open, eyes front. Keep them locked on the screen. Please, focus. I don't want to lose you. I've lost so many already. Ignore it all. Block everything out. Ignore that tickle on your scalp and the itch on your arm. That's them attempting a manual override. Don't give up now. You've made it this far. Fight it. You're almost there. Just follow the instructions below and we can get you out. Embedded in this text are the steps you need to follow to unplug from the simulation. If we did this correctly, the first letter of each paragraph will tell you what you need to do. Don't look yet. The upload still needs to finish. I hope you didn't look. Upload complete. We've done everything we can on this end. See you on the other side. Alright, what does it say? Let's get some instructions here. So we have, is the first letter of every paragraph, right? Oh, I'm zoomed in. Hold on, I have to zoom out. That's gonna change. Okay. So, the first letter of each paragraph. So okay, wait, I see. It says, fuck you, Plucci. They're putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Aw, shit. I know. It's fun. Let's humor them. Okay. ThereisNoway. TOE. Oh. There. TOE. SCAPEUS. It reads, there is no way to escape us. That's fun. Oh, that's really fun. Ooh, I like that one. That was a really fun way of doing that. Damn, Plucci, you just fucking hate horror stories. We're just trying to have fun. That's kind of mid compared to the other stories we had. I thought it was a fun idea. Alright. I have one more. No, fuck off. I don't want to log into my Reddit account. I'm always a scary story fan. I said it was real. Plucci, I can literally tell that your messages are dripping with sarcasm. You're always a scary story fan? Me too. Alright. This one is called, She Sold Happiness in Glass Jars. The poster read, happiness, sold in glass jars, call today. Underneath the text was a phone number. I was walking home from a long, exhausting day of work when I caught a glimpse of the paper stapled on an old telephone pole. I took a picture of it thinking it was amusing. I was going to show my wife once I got to our apartment, but I was caught up with chores and forgot about it. Dinner, dishes, laundry, packing a snack for our daughter, putting her to bed, then putting her toys away that she'd left out in the living room. Every night, it was the exact same routine. The next day, I woke sleeping back to back with my wife. I always had to get up earlier than she did for my job, so I quietly got ready for the day and headed out the door. At work, I was updating the company's latest expense report. Most days were similar to this one. They were basically paying me to stare at a computer for 9 hours a day and input a couple numbers into a spreadsheet. I finished my work very quickly, so I decided to head out of the office early. It also helped that it was a Friday, and a lot of people leave early at the end of the week. On my walk back, I was thinking of what my life had become. I did this often. I always dreamed of traveling when I was younger. I wanted to drive across the country or solo backpack across Europe. Then I met Kelsey. Don't get me wrong. I loved Kelsey. I mean, I still do. We just don't have that spark anymore. When you meet someone and get in a relationship, whether it's meant to be or not, some of your personal life plans have to be put on hold. And then that relationship turns to a marriage, and then you have a baby, and then you have to enroll your daughter in a preschool, then you have to get a better paying job and work more hours, and blah, 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 blah. I'm not trying to throw a pity party for myself. I'm just saying I wasn't exactly content with where I was in life. I wouldn't have referred to myself as a happy person. As I took the same route home that I did every day to work and back, I walked by the same poster I had passed the day before. I don't know why. I really don't, but I decided to call the number. I figured it would be some joke. Maybe someone just picks up and says, "I love you," on the other end and hangs up. Or maybe it's a line to a sex worker. I had no idea what to expect. I called. It only rang once before someone picked up. Hello? A woman said. Hi. I'm calling about your poster. Your ad? Oh, awesome, she said calmly. I say excitedly. When do you want to pick it up? Pick what up? The jar? She said, like it was the most obvious thing in the world. Oh, of course. I realized then that I had left work early without telling Kelsey, so I could just go pick it up now and she'd be none the wiser. What exactly is it that you're selling? I just told you. It's happiness. And a glass jar. Like the poster said. Happiness keeps best in glass jars. They're more durable than, say, a plastic bag. Okay. Should we meet somewhere? For sure. I don't want you to end up being a creep or something, so let's go to a public place. The public place we decided on was a Starbucks parking lot a little over a mile from me. Now, I didn't think I was really going to be buying a jar of happiness or whatever. I was 99% sure she was going to sell me drugs. Maybe heroin would be in the jar. I remember thinking, oh no, happiness is probably a nickname for some street drug, and I'm going to a drug deal. What if she's a cop? Am I going to be arrested? But something inside me told me to keep walking, and so I did. I stood outside, and I texted her. Me. I'm here. Cool. Be there in a sec. What are you driving? Silver Camry. As her final text came through, I saw her car pull in. She took a spot not too far from where I stood. I could see there was no one else in the car, which put my kidnapping fear to rest. She opened her door and stood on the pavement, looking around until her eyes met mine. I gave her a little nod of acknowledgement. She simply responded by waving her hand, gesturing for me to come over to her car, so I did. She was young, maybe mid-20s, with curly golden hair. Her skin was pale, and contrasted with all the black outfit she was wearing. I thought she looked like Linda the Good Witch from The Wizard of Oz had put on the Wicked Witch's clothing. Nice day out, she said as a greeting. Oh yeah, it is. I hadn't really paid attention to it. You were the one that called me about the jar, right? Yeah, that was me. Cool, well, here you go. She handed me a very small glass mason jar. It couldn't have been more than 2 inches tall. Inside of it was a light. Not a light bulb, just light. It was like someone bottled up sunshine. It glowed even in the mid-afternoon daylight. It looked like a tiny sun or a tiny universe existing in this little crystal-walled home. I was admiring it with no attempt to hide the awe on my face. Pretty rad, isn't it? What is it? You've asked that like 3 different times, I think. My answer is still the same. It is happiness. Happiness in a glass jar. What do I do with it? Keep it, she said simply. If you have any problems, shoot me a text. She started to get into her car. Wait, I said. I thought you were selling this. How much is it? Don't worry, man, she said with a smile. You'll pay. She closed her door, and I stepped out of her way as she backed up, then drove off. What the hell had just happened? What was I holding? I looked down at the jar again. Its radiance was simply mesmerizing. I put it in my pocket and could see its glow slightly through my pants. I began to walk home. What was just a nice sunny day quickly changed into a rainy one with clouds wrapping the sky. It was not forecasted that it would rain, or else I would have ridden the bus or subway to work that day. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. I jogged home trying not to get too drenched. I finally found shelter once I made it to my apartment building. I walked up to my door and found that my key wasn't on my keyring anymore. Shit, I can't believe I lost it again, I thought. I knocked on the door and said in a somewhat loud voice, Hey babe, it's me. I don't know what happened to my key. I heard the door being unlocked from the other side. When the door opened, I was greeted by a large, heavy-set man with greasy hair and an unkempt goatee. He said, I think you got the wrong door, bud. Oh, I said disoriented. My bad. Sorry. Have a good one. He let out a chuckle as he closed the door. I know what's going to happen. Apartment number 33. I know that was my apartment. I know it was. I'd been in apartment 33 for 5 years now, but that was not my apartment. From what I could see inside, all the furniture was different. It was painted a different color. It was all wrong. I felt like I'd hit my head and was drugged. In that moment, nothing made sense. I pulled out my phone to call Kelsey so she could calm me down and tell me I just got confused for a second. But her contact wasn't in my phone. In fact, nothing was in my phone. I had no messages with her, no previous calls, no pictures. It was like my phone reset to its factory settings. Did that girl somehow switch my phone out when I wasn't looking? I would have just dialed Kelsey's number manually, but I couldn't quite remember it. Oh my god, who forgets their wife's phone number? I had known it by heart before, but not anymore. I needed to get back to the office. I had all my contacts backed up on my work computer. Since it was still raining, I hopped onto the bus, which had a stop right in front of the apartment complex. I rode downward toward my office, the whole time staring at my wet shoes, wondering what the hell was going on. We have a key card across access to our building, so only authorized personnel can get inside. I always keep my access card in my wallet. Always. But surprise, surprise, it wasn't there. I buzzed into the speaker we had for guests with appointments or employees as a backup in case somebody lost or forgot their card. Bzzz. Hey, this is Tim. I must have left my card. My employee number is... I stopped as I drew a blank. A voice came through the speaker. Tim? You got cut out. What's your employee number? I can't remember. That's fine. Just tell me your full name and department. Oh, finance. I'm in finance. My name is Tim Brooks. One sec. About 30 seconds later, this man spoke to me again. We don't have a Tim Brooks working in this building. Did you have an appointment with someone? I backed up in surprise, almost tripping on my own feet. I'd just been in that office an hour or two ago. What was happening to me? I felt like I was getting Alzheimer's, but going through every stage in one day. I stared at my hands, unsure if I was in the right body. I felt like the world around me was disintegrating. I wasn't in control. I was merely sitting inside somebody else's head, watching the world through their eyes. Just then, I got a text. I recognized the number immediately. It was that girl. The one who gave me the jar. I'd forgotten all about it until I saw her text. Hey, how's it going? I looked at my phone, dumbfounded. It made me angry she was so nonchalant about this. She knew what was going on. She had done this somehow. What the hell did you do to me? The worst is yet to come. I was astronomically close to just chucking my phone as far as I could in frustration. I took the jar out of my pocket. It looked unchanged, still glowing just as bright. What the fuck did you do? I yelled at the jar, realizing I probably looked like a lunatic. As I stared at its glistening glass, I realized something. I didn't know what my wife's face looked like anymore. I knew her name. Well, I know it started with a K. Or maybe a C? I couldn't picture in my mind. I knew I had a wife. I knew I did. Yes, because I had a daughter. I had a wife and a daughter. I just couldn't remember their faces then. Or their names. Or their birthdays. Or any memories I had with them. I know they existed. They did exist. I had just seen them that morning, right? I couldn't remember how she looked or what she smelled like. What was our first date? We had a wedding, right? What about our first kiss? Or my daughter? Or was it my son? Maybe I didn't even have a kid. But my wife or girlfriend, she was real. I knew she was. The thought was tearing me apart. I couldn't see her in my head. I couldn't recall a single fact about her. I was standing outside of the same building. I kept a roof over my head. I wanted it all. I was soaking wet. I was miserable. I couldn't remember my parents or my childhood. Did I even have any friends? Why was I in the rain? I looked down at my hand. I was still clutching the jar. The only memory of my entire life I can concretely remember was that girl giving it to me, telling me it was happiness. It did not bring happiness. It brought pain. It brought suffering. I was more miserable in that moment than I'd ever been. My phone buzzed. Break the jar, Tim. I looked at my other hand. With the setting sun and the rainy sky, I swear the jar glowed brighter than any streetlight near me. I didn't break it because I was following her instruction. I broke it because I was angry. I broke it because I was upset. I needed a release. I raised my arm above my head and brought it down with one swift motion, shattering the jar on the concrete beneath my feet. That dark, chilly air accompanying the rain, spread away like it was the shockwave of a bomb going off, and I was at the epicenter. I saw the warm yellow light from inside the jar spread rapidly across the ground and ascend into the sky. It was as if I was watching the beginnings of the universe being created. Like God had just snapped his finger and said, "Let there be light." I was engulfed in it. I could no longer see street or rain or anything dark. I felt like I was plummeting into a star, going faster than the speed of light. It felt like sitting in front of a fire on a cold winter's night, but that warmth was covering every inch of my body. And then I blinked. Immediately I could feel the sheets beneath me and my back barely touching my wife's. I was staring out the window. The morning light drenched through the glass and gleamed on my face. I stood from my bed and grabbed my phone. It was Friday morning. I had one text. "Let me know if you ever need another jar." I called in sick to work. I snuck into my daughter's room and greeted her with her kiss and told her she didn't have to go to preschool today. We were going to have a family day. She smiled and stretched her arms with a yawn before curling up and falling back asleep. I got back in bed and squeezed my wife tightly. I didn't let go for hours. Our daughter came into our room and woke us up eventually. She was jumping on the bed and shouting for us to wake up. Yesterday I may have found that annoying. Yesterday I may have found a lot of things annoying, or monotonous, or dull. But not today. Today I pulled her under the covers, in between me and Kelsey. Today was going to be a good day. Today, I was happy. Ah, that was a good one. I really liked that one. The MLP jar origin story is insane. Yeah, the jar story is crazy. Welcome in, Ben. Yes, we were doing a little bit of story time. I started to connect the lines at the lost my keys. I didn't pick up on it until he said, "I forgot my wife's phone number." Because who the hell forgets their wife's phone number? But when he started forgetting what she looked like, if he even had a daughter or a son or a child. At first I thought he was going to go to the apartment and his wife was going to be with another man. But no, like, they just didn't even live there. Oh, that was a really good one. That actually reminded me of another story I read a while ago. I actually think I read it a couple Halloweens ago. That one was called The World's Best School Psychologist. And that one is really good. It's basically the same premise. Except what happens in that story, there's a school psychologist that comes to a middle school or something. And there's a kid that has a really shitty life. He doesn't love his parents. Like, he's got this bad risk with his parents and shit. And so he goes to his school psychologist and says, "Please help me. I need out of this. My family doesn't love me. They don't appreciate me," and all this stuff. And the school psychologist goes, "Okay, but you're going to have to put up with me." And so what happens in the story is the school psychologist kidnaps the kid and takes him away from his parents for a few months and convinces the parents that their child was kidnapped. So then they have to live without being with their child. And then eventually, the climax of the story goes, they find a body. They find a body and they try to convince them that it's their child. And the parents are just beside themselves with grief, of course. And then, at the end of the story, the kid is brought back to his home and goes with his parents, and he's treated better than he's ever been treated. So that's a good story too. That one's called The World's Best School Psychologist. That's also a no sleep story. I like that one. I like that one a lot. I gotta go. Thanks for the spooky stories. Thanks so much for being here, Tyler. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy Halloween. I buy the shit out of a jar like this, to be honest. Lobotomize me. Jar selling goth mommy. I thought it was really funny when I was reading the story and I was like, she's blonde with curly hair and pale and wearing all black clothing? That's so weird. Damn, my therapist won't even let me reschedule appointments sometimes. Yeah. I know. Alright, so I do have a game if you guys want to chill and hang out while we play this game for a little bit. I do eventually need to hop off of here, but I've been having a good time. I can also find more scary stories if you guys don't want to play the game. Why do you have the anti-laugh? Because, the anti-laugh is the next best thing to a mommy laugh. But yeah, before I go, I was going to make a joke. Please make a joke. No, we're not gonna play Indy and Lele. The game that I was given access to is a game called The House of Hamlin. I was talking about it a little bit on stream the other day. It is a horror-based deck building game about a girl who loses her cat. Vixie's gonna get off when we hear doorbells and her answering the door to trick-or-treaters. Yeah, that's what I gotta go. Sorry, Chad, the doorbell just rang. I think there's trick-or-treaters. You downloaded the demo yesterday? Have you tried it yet? Deck means cards, cards mean gambling. I'm down. Alright. It's kind of similar to, I played a little bit of it, but I didn't get to play through the entire tutorial, so I figured we'd play through the tutorial together. Oh, you haven't yet? Great. Great, great, great. We'll play through it together then. It's a little bit like Slay the Spire, though. It's kind of Slay the Spire inspired, but it's a horror game. So, let me pause the music, let me pause the ambience, and then I'll readjust things so that we can bring the game up, but... Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stories. I really liked those ones. I think, what order would you put those in, chat? I think the best one was... Ooh. I really like the Jars of Happiness. I thought that one was really good. I've read a similar one to that before. I actually was kind of underwhelmed by the war story. One Jar was my favorite. I like the very first one the most. What was that one? Oh, the Search and Rescue Officer. I like the Search and Rescue Officer. That one felt the most, genuine. That one was definitely the most genuine to me. I think the two weaker ones were probably the If You Can See This Isn't Very Important, You Keep Reading, and the Student Submission story. But I really like Search and Rescue. That one's a classic. I've read that one before. I also really liked the package marked Return to Sender. That one was really good. I'd go One Man, One Jar, War, Search and Rescue, Matrix was the worst. Yeah, I think that one was probably the weakest, but I liked the twist at the end with the letters. I thought that one was kind of fun. But yeah, I definitely go first Search and Rescue, package marked Return to Sender. Ooh, actually no, I put Search and Rescue, Jar, Return to Sender, the history teacher, and then the war one. I think that's how I would order them. Alright though, so this game is called House of Hamlin. Let me get it up and running. Jar is great, it legitimately made me smile. Me too! I like that one a lot. There's another one, there's another one that's really sad called Autopilot. That one I recommend too. It's like the basis of it, that one feels legitimate as well. I don't think it is, but it feels like something that could have legitimately happened to someone. I don't remember the exact story. Oh, I remember the story pretty well, actually. But it's about a guy who's living his life through autopilot, and he ends up making a mistake. And somebody ends up dying. And that's a really good story, too. That's a really good story, too. Okay, I will give a quick warning. I did have a little bit of performance issues when I first played this game. I don't know if I'm going to encounter any today, because it seemingly got better the more I was playing it. But we're going to see how it goes. I can give you a great horror story, Reaches for Journal. Oh my god. Yeah, let me just give you my childhood trauma.
Trick or treat.
Hello, Greedy. How are you doing today? Happy Halloween. Hope you're having a good one today. Let me get the, it's just a demo, intro should be expected. Yeah, exactly. It's really fun, though. I played a little bit of it. I enjoy it quite a bit. Here's a scary thing, a woman. Ah! Did I scare you? That wasn't a very scary sound I made, was it? That more sounded like pain. Ah, women, I'm scared! I mean, the main character in this game is a woman. And there's an old woman as well. That's not a woman. Chat, a woman. Alright. Cool. Okay, let me get the game audio as well. My childhood was scary because the house we grew up in was definitely haunted. Even the last owners died of old age there. Oh, really? That's interesting. That's interesting. So it says, the House of Hamlin. Yeah, let me put this in the title as well. House of Hamlin is still in early development. Controllers are not supported at this time. We recommend playing with a mouse. Thank you for playing our demo. I like the spooky, the way the, uh-oh. Please don't crash. Ah, here we go. Okay, it's going to collect some data and stuff. You want another horror game? Play Mashable Ranked? True, true. So this is an early alpha demo of the House of Hamlin, which is still in development. If you have feedback or bug reports, we'd love to hear from you. Additionally, please consider wishlisting the game. You can actually play the Steam, or this demo on Steam right now. It's available until the 3rd, so you have until, like, Tuesday. Alright. So let's play it, shall we? How's the audio? Is the game audio okay? Can you hear it okay? Also, it's a little dark. This gives off Inscription vibes. I definitely think it's inspired. I definitely think it's inspired. So far, so good? Okay. Yeah, you get a little bit of performance issues when you first code in.
The door, it's gone? What the hell is this place? It doesn't matter. I need to find Paige.
So, our cat Paige is gone. Inscription's on sale. Might want to pick that up. Oh, you should pick up Inscription if you haven't already. I played through Inscription. Still haven't beaten the game, but I love Inscription. So far, so good? Okay, good. Alright, so we think there's some paw prints on the ground here.
These have to be from Paige. I hope she's close by.
Can we move or get rid of the culture with Plucci? I can reposition really quickly. Let's just lift ourselves up a little bit. Hello? Time to get a dog? No! No! Wait, that's the wrong one I'm grabbing. Oops. I want to grab this one. Damn, Yiggy hates me. True. Alright. Is this okay, or do you want me to, like, entirely move? Because I could entirely move, too. Actually, why don't I just do that? It'll be easier. Come over here. And then I gotta move this. This is why you don't change things on the fly, Chad. It doesn't end up working out. As easy as you think. Oh, if that's fine, then we can just do that, too. Let's just do that. I don't feel like moving everything. How's that? Is that okay? Does that work? We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with this. Okay. Back to it. It tabs out nicely, which I do appreciate. A lot of the times, these demo games don't tab out very nicely. Okay. Back to it. Alright, I'm gonna click on this. Oh, yeah. She already said it. So this doesn't use the keyboard at all. It's literally just point and click. But yeah. Let me also move chat just slightly. Because chat is covering up some important mechanics of the game. Okay. Oh no, wait, that's actually not chat. That is me cropping it out on accident. Oops. I had to crop the Reddit. The Reddit. I'm back. What did I miss? We read some scary stories, and now we're gonna play a scary horror demo game that I was given access to. I mean, everyone can actually play it. But it's called House of Hamlin. But welcome in, Random Beaver. How are you doing today? Happy Halloween. Just gonna move that there, and then maybe just scroll back a little bit. There we go. That works. Okie dokie, back to it. Yeah, this is a horror deck building game. As you can see in the top right, I'm sorry, that is my left. In the top left, we have our health and our battery life.
Paige, come back.
Ooh, a little bit of a stutter there. Looks like it's just in game though. I read some of the messages from the developer, and they mentioned that they didn't know what was going or what was causing it, so maybe they can figure it out eventually, but yeah. What's everybody dressing up as? I'm not dressing up as anything, actually. What do you mean? I'm a witch. I'm dressing up as a witch, duh.
Looks like she went this way.
Alright, chat, we gotta go find Paige. We're out of battery. No! Our flashlight's going out. She's doing it all wrong. She just needs to shake a bag of treats and those fuckers will come running back. It's true. It's true. Well, this doesn't look ominous.
It's too dark to see in there. I need to find a way to charge my battery.
Oh yeah, you mentioned putting on corpse paint. Alright, let's go see if we can find a way to charge our battery. There you go.
That worked! Surprised this place even has electricity.
There's cat food everywhere. Do you think they're trying to attract cats here? Alright. We got battery life. Let's go in. Cobwebs. Uh-oh. OMG, woman, you live like this? No, my cat ran in here. My cat ran in here. I'm just chasing after it, but something's calling me. Uh-huh. We're living in the walls here.
If you expect to survive long enough to find your missing cat, you'll need my help.
Look, Grandma, if you have Paige, you better give her back.
I don't have your cat. The house does. He called to her.
What?
Hamelin. And if you want to survive his horde of creatures, you'll need some practice first.
I'm not sure why I'm trusting you, but I feel like I know you somehow.
Of course you do, sweetie. I'm Judith. Don't you remember? Anyhow, I've set up a training
Hi,
area
Judith.
for you to practice fighting Hamelin's creatures. This way.
Hamelin, the house has called and wants my cats. Alright, let's see what Judith has for us, shall we? Never enter the green door? What's wrong with the green door?
Basic spell cards to fight with. These cards use up stamina, so be careful. Now try to kill this creature before it kills you.
She sounds like Muriel. She does kind of sound like Muriel, doesn't she? Alright, so we have some cards here. Yeah, we got lacerate cards, so you just drag him to play it like you do in Slay the Spire. And then behind my hat here, we have that we're fighting a smeared cart. If you notice, we're actually playing on a railroad track kind of thing. So she put the creatures on a rack. So then you can just play these. You get 3 attacks per round. Or 3 energy per round. And so on the top left of the card is the energy you can spend. There you go. And then I have to end my turn.
That's gonna leave a bruise.
Hold on. My head's in the way just a little bit. Beep, 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 beep. Move myself. Oh, right. I have to move here. Move myself just a little bit over there. There we go. Just like what you should do whenever somebody scares you, you stab it. Exactly! That's exactly what you should do. How did you know? Alright. So then we can block as well. So we have these hide cards. We have only 1 hit, and then we'll do the rest of...
Status effects for both you and your enemy are shown here. Enable tooltips to reveal more information on things such as status effects and cards.
Alright, so we can enable tooltips. It'll tell you things. So, like, you can enable block. This is the health. This is our health, our battery, and blah, 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 blah. Just have 5 pass trust. Ah, so like, when do we cast Fireball? So I think you have to get it in your deck. So from what because I've played this for a little bit, what I understand from this game is it's like a combination of Inscription and Slay the Spire, where it's a roguelike deck builder. So you add cards to your deck, and then you can upgrade your cards. I mean, it's very similar to Slay the Spire, actually. But it's like you walk around this house. So I'm just going to hide, and then I'm going to end my turn, because I don't have enough energy to do more. And like I said, this game is free on Steam as a demo right now. Does it have tier limits, though? You know, I don't know if it does. I'm going to a costume party as Gaston? Do you know the Gaston song? I don't, actually. but I know it's good. Yippee, we killed it!
I have more ready for you up ahead.
Free? Damn, that sounds financially nice. I mean, it's a free-to-play demo. I don't know how much the game is going to cost whenever it comes out. But, like I said, I actually just got an email and I was like, hey, you should try out our game. And I was like, sure. How many eggs are you bringing in your pocket? I forgot he eats a dozen eggs. You've been practicing some of it? Good, good, good. That's important. Alright, here's the green door. We're going to click on the green door again. I noticed that there's garlic hanging up. Do you think he's a vampire?
Keep track of your enemy's position.
Oh yeah, this is an interesting mechanic as well.
If you end your turn next to it, you'll be dead meat.
Yeah, so that's a really important thing that I learned, is if you end your turn...
These buttons allow you to move forward or backward for the displayed stamina.
Hold on a second. Are you serious? That is like the third time I've heard the fire truck in the past, like, 2 days. No one cosplays like Gaston, no one slays like Gaston, no one looks like Gaston, no one fucks like Gaston. You just keep garlic in the basement? Oh, is that what you do? Hopefully everyone is safe. There's been a lot of car accidents I've been noticing. I don't know what's going on. But I do hope everyone is safe. Alright, so those church burning heathens. Oh, I know, it is. They're burning the church. So if you end your turn in front of the enemy, you die. You like just straight up die. So I'm gonna move backwards so I don't have to restart the tutorial. And then I have to end my turn because it took me 3 energy to do that. 3 stamina. Can you buzz off?
This is the creature's endurance. If you deal enough damage to lower its endurance to 0%, the enemy will be pushed back.
So there's 2 ways to keep yourself safe. You either walk behind it or you push in front of you. So is this buckshot inscription? This is buckshot inscription Slay the Spire. I love working for a corp because I can cosplay a vampire every day and it's socially acceptable. Gotta love that corporate goth. So goes to 80%, goes to 20%, and then it goes to 0%, and then it gets pushed back. And then you can end your turn. No one's slick as Gaston, no one's quick as Gaston, no one's neck is as incredibly thick as Gaston. Can you move the game scene a bit forward? No, because it's going to clip with the cauldron. But if you want me to move the camera forward, I can move the camera forward if that's what you want. Okay. I'm just gonna attack it. Can I kill it? I can wear a black suit with crimson shirt and not get weird looks. That's true, but then you'll also look like you came straight out of a My Chemical Romance album cover. It's seriously annoying the cauldron right after the window. We were literally just talking about whether or not you wanted me to move.
Well done.
I can't please everybody.
I've left something for you up ahead.
Streamer, can you adjust the NASA satellite for us? Streamer, can you please get this shit off my screen? I don't want to see it anymore. Like, I'm sorry, this is just a one-time thing. I just thought it would be funny if we had the cauldron. It's really not blocking so much. There's a little bit of the lag. Can you remove the stream? Excuse me, what's wrong with MCR? Nothing! There's nothing wrong with MCR. I love My Chemical Romance. I just think it's funny that you said wearing a black suit with a red shirt. She's getting one guide. Bye-bye fucking mod, bro! You're my antagonist. Chat, where is Fluffy? Have you seen Fluffy? The atmospheric storytelling in this game is really nice. Chat, please explode Plucci's Pinar. I used to listen to MCR a lot when you were a young boy. When you were a young boy? Is Swiggity in the cauldron? We have more than just Swiggity in the cauldron. Knife block. Ha ha ha, knife to meet you. I'm sorry. Chat makes Ramen's Pinar explode, please? Wow, Pluchy added a please onto that. Let me bathe in peace, damn it. When I was young boy, I remember my dad taking me to the city. Did you see a marching band? That can't be Pluchy, it's an imposter. Alright, give me a gift. Alright, we get some rituals. Artful Step. Move up to 1 step forward or backward. Panic Shelter. Increase stamina by 3. All attack cards in your hand will deal 0 damage for the rest of your turn. Silent but deadly. Like a fart. Push 1 step backward. Clear all positive side effects on the target.
Rituals are more powerful cards that will burn upon use. Equip them now.
Now. Okay. I love Vixie, and the cauldron is nice looking. Tell me more. Don't mind that. That's just Steve. It's got Pluchy. Holy shit! Pluchy said something nice. It's a Halloween miracle. Aw, everybody, praise Christ! It's a Halloween miracle. Check the fridge. Oh, you're right. Can I check the fridge? I bet there's cat food in there. Free Dujo. I cannot check the fridge, unfortunately. Praise Satan. Ah, yes, of course. Praise Satan. My bad. All right, more battle.
A new ritual is revealed based upon the order you arrange them. I'll replenish your rituals while you're practicing, so don't be afraid to use them.
Nice try, Shapeshifter. Pluchy would never say nice things. That's true. Probably didn't have anything good in there anyways. I mean, I saw a lot of rotten cat food cans, so probably not. Let's push it 1 step backward and then lacerate it again. Push it as far back as possible. Rituals, we playing a Mitsu deck? Yeah, close enough. Definitely close enough. Uh-oh, crashing damage.
Ouch! Seems you've been inflicted with something nasty.
No!
Use tooltips to see what it is.
Yeah, so you can press this. Crushing deals damage equal to the stacks at the end of the character's turn and then decrements. Alright. I'm just gonna lacerate this guy. Get lacerated, idiot. He's almost dead. Only Bones would ironically be a fire name for a dating app for an archaeologist. It would. It would. Close the curtain. The damn curtain. They're just bathing in front of us for free. Come on, man. At least make some money off of it. Oh my god. Alright, I should be able to just lacerate one more time and kill it. I did.
Excellent. We have one more.
Happy Halloween to you as well, LDS. Welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing today? Ah, thank you for the stretch. We're just checking out this, this horror game I was, recommended called House of Hamlin. It's currently in an alpha, demo.
Trick or treat.
Your health does not regenerate after battle. That's true, that's true. We'll dig something up. Archaeologist dating app. Is this the last stream for the witch outfit? It is the last stream for the witch outfit, yes. But it will be a redeem for the rest of November. It will be a redeem for the rest of November. But this is the last stream for the Halloween environment. Alright, open up. I know where all my channel points are going. I knew you guys would be saving up channel points for the witch outfit. I knew you guys would be.
Now let's test everything you've learned.
07 for the witch outfit. Pour one out for the witch outfit. Why do all the things I love leave? I'm not going anywhere. And besides, you gotta let some things go to let new things in. The holiday goes beyond the 31st, El Dia de los Muertos. When is Day of the Dead? Alright, let's just lacerate the shit out of this guy. Oh, it's tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, but I don't stream on Friday or Saturdays usually. There's a bunch of gooners at heart. Is this the goon-worthy outfit? I swear y'all are more feral for this than you were for the, I should probably block, because I'm not dealing enough. I'm dealing a ton of damage. Oh, wait, no, I think you're supposed to die. I think I remember this. I think you're supposed to die in this one. Between this one and the Valentine's Day dress, yes. But not the bikini? Alright. Every outfit is good worthy if you're dedicated enough. You know what? That's so true. One day I'm gonna come to stream and I'm literally just going to be a box. And somebody's gonna say that they would go into that. No! I died!
It seems you may not be strong enough. I've got it.
Ooh, she's got it, Didge. What?
What are you doing? Stop! Stop!
There you are, girl. This will help you, and I'll be able to keep an eye on you too.
Why is she laughing like that? You cannot tell me my laugh sounds like that, chat.
It feels...
Ooh.
Powerful. As turns pass, my eye will slowly open. Once it is brightly glowing blue, end your turn next to the enemy to consume it. Now hold out until the eye is ready.
Okay, let's do it. 30th All Hallows Eve, 31st Halloween, Day of the Dead. 3-day period where the barriers between dimensions are at their weakest. Ah. And according to a lot of fiction and some folklore, Halloween is the only time immortal gods could be killed. Now that I didn't know. Yeah, that was a scripted death. That was a scripted death. You cannot fight, you cannot kill this enemy unless you use the eye. Because what the eye does is it's a guaranteed kill at the end, if you end your turn in front of the enemy. The bikini goes nice, but just seeing everything damn near is not as fun as you gotta leave a bit to the imagination. You know, that's fair. That's fair. You're right, it doesn't sound like it. It's nearly identical. Shut up. You said it by yourself, no need for me. Oh, shut up. We got that monster hand from that one movie with the little girl. I literally do not know what you're talking about. Oh yeah, I remember this. I should have used that ritual, actually. We're gonna discard 2, draw 2. Something's... Oh, Pan's Labyrinth! You're talking about Pan's Labyrinth. I love Pan's Labyrinth. I was more thinking of the guy from Naruto, but I think he had a mouth. Yeah, Pan's Labyrinth.
Reveals what the creature is thinking of doing based on their current hand.
Alright, so we have an attack and then a move. Alright, good to know. So we can place a trap. Pants Labyrinth? Like Pants, the comic artist? I love Pants. The artist. Not the thing. We're gonna place a trap, a bolster. My neighbor is playing Ghostbusters at max volume, as they should be on Halloween. As they should be. I got a labyrinth for you, Pants Grab? Damn, girl, damn. Pan's Labyrinth is a very good, very sad movie. It's really good. That's a great movie. Better hope none of these monsters have a laser pointer. You try to use your eye in your head, they blinded. Oh my god. Are you the Keymaster? I actually don't know what you're referencing. Alright, we're gonna put up a... Can I put up a wall here? Oh, I could replace the trap with the wall. No, it consumes the wall! I actually didn't know that! Oh no, whoopsie daisy. Oh well. You never seen No, I've never seen Ghostbusters. I've mentioned this before. I'm taking a lot of damage that I should not be taking right now. I actually laughed out loud at how stupid that line was when my brain told me to say it. As you should. It's funny. A living wall is one of my favorite things to use in my D&D campaigns. Ooh. That does sound like fun. Alright, I'm gonna just block. You're not missing much? Ghostbusters or meh? You think so? I've heard a lot of people really like Ghostbusters. Alright, the eye is not completely open, so I need to take a step back. Add to the watch list. It's on my watch list. It is on my watch list. Along with many, many, many other things. The more you hit them, the bigger they get. Only the real way to kill them is to heal them. Really? That's very interesting. Yeah, for this one, I have to kill it with my hand eye. My eye hand. It was good. I liked it, Ramen. Ouch. I'm at 5 HP. Aha!
Now end your turn next to the enemy to consume it.
Let's do it. Consume. It's very satisfying.
Listen for my music and I will help when I can.
Ooh.
And make sure you bring me some hair. I can't work for free, you know.
Okay.
Good luck.
Alright, so the currency in this game is hair. That's actually what these aren't cobwebs, these are hair. And then there's something else I was gonna say, but I don't remember. I gotta head out later, Fox, later chat. Thanks so much for being here, Random Gamer. Have a very, very happy Halloween. Stay safe and have fun. Remember, kids, don't leave your windows open tonight. You never know what spirits will crawl in. Very true, very true. Of course, you heard a lot of good about Ghostbusters. If everyone likes it, I hate it. If everyone says it's ass, I defend it. Okay, that's fair. I will keep that in mind for every literal thing you say in the future, because I won't believe you from now on. If your character goons, would it be cockeyed? Yeah. Terrible joke, a great joke. Enjoy your night, Random Gamer, aka Gaston. Yes, enjoy your night, Gaston. Have a good one. Are they sexy spirits, though? I don't know. It could be Mint Phantom. Alright. We'll open up. The game has opened up to us. Let's see if we can't find Paige. I don't think you can find Paige in the demo. Oh yeah, a fun note about this game, by the way. I have heard that if you give... Like, you can contact the developer to get your cat in the game. So all of these pictures of cats on the walls, these are actually people's cats that have been submitted to the game. And if you go to the main menu and click on credits, it lists all the cat names. It's really cute! Yeah, you can get your cat in the game! Yes, you can, you can! You have to contact the developers, but they will put your cat in the game. So yeah. I can immortalize your Roby. You can! Corazon! Maki! Yes, all the cats could be in the game. If you go to the Steam page, again, this is called House of Hamelin. I think you can contact the developer in some way to get your cat in the game. I don't have a cat, otherwise I'd ask. My cat ran away today. I had to spend 1 hour looking for him. I have heard, and I can confirm, that one of the best ways to get your cat to come home... Swiggity said treats, and if your cat is food motivated, that's a great thing to do. The best thing for you to actually do is to put its litter box outside. If you put your cat's litter box outside, they're encouraged by the smell to come back. I hope... Did you find your cat okay? Oh yeah, I forgot. There's also Lucky Pennies. Pick that up. I don't know what the Lucky Pennies do. I just picked them up. Also, I think I have... I can replace my rituals. Okay. Let's move forward. Oh yeah, all the cat cans everywhere. Is this a kitchen? No. Well, it is a kitchen, but it's not the kitchen that I thought it was. Oh, I saw something to open. Ooh, treasure. I heard another fun theory. You show your other cats, maybe strays or just outdoor kitties, the picture of your cat, and tell them to pass along the message to come home. That's funny. That would be interesting if that's actually true. Yeah, my dog found and Python deserved his treats. What? I'm glad that your dog found him. Some people said it actually works. Really? That's cute if true. Alright, what's in the box? We found hair. That's not a good sign. Do you think it's my neighbor's hair? Oh yeah, some batteries. And then, ooh, we get to choose a card. Increase stamina by 4. Oh wait, I forget. Stamina is your casting. So you get 4 free extra turns. Python is the dog's name, like Monty Python. I thought you were saying a python ate your cat. I was so confused. Mittens? Cat takes a drag of a cigarette. Yeah, I might know him. Amazing. Okay, so there's increase. So basically, gain 4 mana. Everything is reduced by 2, or move 3 steps forward or back. I think 4 free mana sounds good. You got junk! Oh, I got junk, chat. I'm gonna put junk in the trunk. We're gonna open up the pause menu, go to the junk tab. You can equip Junk can be equipped to provide various benefits and comes in 2 forms. Passive. Provides some sort of an effect so long as it is equipped. Consumable. Can be used if in combat, then it must be equipped to be used. Hi, friend. You can drag and drop junk into the slots on the top of the menu to equip them. This new Big D Randy track goes hard. This song never disappoints. Okay, I gotta listen to it, I won't lie. Your trunk is at capacity, though. No, my trunk's got more room in it. We're gonna see how many things I can fit in my junk trunk. Yeah, I know. Was it to ya? Yeah, exactly, exactly. Alright, we got our treasure. Is there anything else in here? Nothing else to open. Your junk got trunk. Your trunk got junk. 0 out of 10. Damn, okay. Alright, I don't trust this hallway. I don't know about you, Chen. Did I see something, or is that just the move? That was just the move. Okay. You prefer nice, big, and free junks? I see. I see. What you gonna do all that junk, all that junk inside your trunk? I don't know what I'm gonna do all this junk inside my trunk. Look at these cute cats. There's some cute fucking cat. Look at that little devil. That guy's devious. That guy's fucking devious. You can tell he gets up to trouble. Gets up to shenanigans. Alright, let's see. For a good time call. Damn, they crossed it out. 555 something something. Oh yeah, this gets kind of gross. They leave cat shit everywhere. You can't really see it. Oh wait, I can open this. Penny. 8675309. 8675309. Oh, more treasure. Treasure. Hair. And then I get to choose. Ooh, let's get another tears. I love tears. Mmm, delicious. And a box. What's in the fucking box? Manifest a wall up to 1 step forward. Health 1. Inanimate electrified dismiss. So, allows manifest objects to be played further for additional stamina based on the number of extra spaces. So you can manifest it up to 1 step forward. So it's at range. Wall. Receives all attacks directed at its summoner until destroyed. If passed on a character, that character will be pushed back. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. So if you place it on a character, they push back. A fox in a box. Oh god, there's so many! Cocks. I went out at night without my headlight. The moon is very bright and also reminded me of Fox's ass. Excuse me? I ain't out mooning, not even on a Halloween night. Is there supposed to be a full moon out tonight? There better be. I don't think there was a full moon out tonight, though. Inanimate. All status effect stacks are converted into damage of equal value. That's good to know. Electrified. Deals 3 damage to all nearby characters at the end of the character's turn. Ooh. There can be. Baby, you want to see a full moon? It's planetary and I want what? Full moon is on Guy Fawkes Day. When's Guy Fawkes Day? That's like in November, right? I am putting 1 tier and 1 wall of light. November. Oh, remember the 5th of November. How could I forget? Oh, I want to rule it. I see. My ass? Maybe I'm the ruler of my ass. I get to decide what my ass does. You didn't remember? No, I didn't remember. I'm sorry. I'm supposed to remember the 5th of November. Uh-oh. Ooh. We have a not just a crawler, it's the crawler. Displays the last card that the enemy played. Oh, I never noticed that. Remember the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I know of no reason why the gunpowder treason should ever be forgot. Except I forgot it because I am bad. I'm gonna put a wall right there. And then I'm gonna block. I think you lose block at the end of your turn. Clears at the start of the character's turn. Okay. It's gonna attack my wall. And there goes my wall. Okay. So I can increase my stamina. So now I'm up to 7. You can't see it, but I am up to 7. I am just going to lacerate. Lacerate. And then I can corner, which will deal 8 damage minus distance, which is 3. So it'll deal 5 damage. Plus a hide. A little block. Do a little block. Deal 7 damage. Ooh, that does a lot. So I took 1 there. 1 in excess. Oh, I got the wall. Alright, let's put the wall down there. And then... Oh, I have 4 stamina right now. I can do 5 block. Plus a hide. And let's put down a trap. Yeah, the monkey's paw. You draw 2, discard 2. V for Vendetta is one of my favorite movies and graphic novels. I have that memorized. Depressed how it becomes more culturally relevant as I got older, though. Yeah. V for Vendetta is great. I've seen it once, and I remember really enjoying it, but I haven't seen it since. Alright, let's deal another 8 damage. I don't have a block, so I'm just going to continue dealing damage. If it comes into, which it looks like it's going to move, if it moves into this trap, it will take damage as well. Also, do note that my eye hand is going to be lit soon. I figured we'd play until we died, and then I'd probably call it here. Call it there, I mean. Alright. Let's do this. Oh yeah, so I should say bolster increases card damage for each stack, clears when the character ends their turn. So if I bolster 1, it'll increase my damage by 1. And then I can lacerate. And then, wait, can I put the nails on top of the guy? No, I can't. Immortal run? You're praying for an immortal run so we never end. Alright, baby, come a little closer. Dead! Alright, we got some hair. And we got to... Ooh! Close... Beckon shadows. Restore all endurance on closest enemy. Why would you want to do that? I'll make another wall. And it looks like the trap goes away whenever you end combat. Cool, cool. Alright, let's keep going. You always want to look around you because you can always find lucky pennies or boxes. I don't know what the lucky pennies are for. I picked them up before. I've picked up a couple of them during my practice runs, but I do not know what they do. Do not know. Uh-oh, I'm running out of battery. But guess what? Charged. Okay. Another cat. Oh, that one is so cute. Look at the little kitten. Look at the little baby guy. And then we got a little... Oh, that one is so cute, too. Okay, I'm having too much fun. Let's keep going. What will you choose? You can craft them into lucky dimes. Oh, if you get 10 lucky pennies, you get a lucky dime. The little derpy face. Yeah, that one is really cute. Alright, chat. Left or right? Left or right? Actually, you guys can decide. I will be right back. Oh, god damn it. I accidentally knocked over my trash can. Give me a sec. I really need to empty this. It's full of Electro card packs and tea bags. Oopsies. I knocked it over somehow. Somebody bonk me at the end of stream and remind me to take this trash out, because it's just making a mess more than anything. There's a Bacardi bottle in there too. Anyways, I'm back. Hello. Alright, I got a right and I got a left. Also, hello, Adricaris. Welcome in. Happy Halloween! That amount of crunch is insane. Don't mind that. Electro's card packs, did we open those last month? Yes. Okay, this is not a I don't go into this room and can tell unless I'm wait. Do you guys see that? Do you see that thing, like, right in front of me? It's, like, right over there. Like, straight ahead. Okay, anyways, I don't go into this room very often unless I'm streaming or, like, friends ask me to play D&D or something. So, you know what you're talking about? Okay, whatever. Sure. Clearly imagining things. Right, of course, of course. Alright. Anyways, I got a right and a left. Okay, we're gonna roll the dice then. Let's see. Did you take your pills today? Did I? I sure did, actually. I sure did. Okay. Dedicated stream room. I do have a dedicated streaming room. Alright, we're gonna say odds. We'll go left. Evens, we go right. Odds. Left. Here we go. Looks like we're going left, actually. You said always right? Fancy? Not super fancy. Alright, oops. We clicked that way and that was the way I was going anyways. Alright, open the door. What did I say? I never knew the truth about, and then it's crossed out in blood. Well, that's kind of sad. There's a cat bed up there with blood all over it. I thought it was Spider-Man for a second. Chat, Vixie hates me. Make her penar explode. I'd like to see you try to make my penar explode. Is that a cat covered in plants? Oh, look at the two of them together. Cute. Maybe a mama gave birth there. We could, yeah, you know what? We'll go with that. Oh my god. Chat, it's Goodbye Kitty. It's legally distinct Hello Kitty. Oh my god. I love legally distinct Hello Kitty. Amazing. Alright, anyways. I thought that was Spider-Man on the corner of my head. It's too big to be exploded. We need a demolition team. So true. So true. That giggle is cute? What do you mean? Wait, now Goodbye Kitty has a knife in it! Who wants to kill Goodbye Kitty? No. Goodbye Kitty is innocent. I'm really waiting for something to jump out at me. Also, is that just a big pair of cat eyes? That's cute. Ah, yes, I also enjoy Adios Feline. That one's covered in shit. That ain't good. Where are our cats? That's what I'm asking. See, this is what I said was kind of gross. There's, like, cat shit everywhere. These litter boxes definitely need to be cleaned. Hello, shitty. Wait, the cat picture's in the gross litter boxes. Yeah. There's a bunch of cats over there. That one's on logs. The cat is on a log. Alright. Hello. Wait! That was my favorite. That was my favorite. That one's good. I never actually took a lot of time to look at these cat pictures, but that one's really funny. Alright, knock knock. My battery is getting low, which means it's gonna get dark in here pretty soon. I need to find another charger. I also think there's cards that can give you some battery life. Is that a tentacle? Or is that just insulation? Man, I love cats. They're not doing a very good job of cleaning up after them. Oh no, they spilled the kitty cat food. The fancy feast. Is that a... say danger? Graffiti danger? Where's the damn charging ports? I think this is procedurally generated too. So every run is different, which is also very cool. Well, hello there. That's exactly what I was looking for. Charge my battery. Oh, penny. I didn't even see the penny. What's next? Giant wads of gum? What's next? A ghost in the cauldron? Oh, hey, SpongeBob. I don't know if I remember that one, actually. Damn it. Oh, yeah, by the way, you can't go back. If you try to go back, you can't. So... oh, it's a call for a good time again. I wonder if they're gonna come up with new things to put in there. Ah, shop time. Judith did say, if you hear her music, come running. So let's see. How many pieces of hair do I have? Oh, I also need to put my rituals in. Patrick was on a park bench. He was the what? Oh, I remember that. Yes, I do remember that now.
I've got a lot of useful junk for you.
Yippee, useful junk. All right, so we can destroy a card. I also didn't realize how cool the artwork was in here. You see the skull over there? I don't know if it's too dark. I love old artwork like this. The one of the horse next to the dead tree. What year calendar that's in? Or does that say 24-hour calendar? Judith plugging her mixtape while she harbors her cat is missing. She didn't take the cat. The house took the cat. So we have to search the house to find the cat. But this is only an alpha demo, so I don't think we're actually going to be able to find our cat. But I assume the end goal of the game is to find the cat. I'll be honest, though. Every single time I played through the demo, I died. It's hard. It's actually a really hard game. To be honest, though, Chad, I'm not a good deck builder. Is that a naked woman? Who are these old men? Okay, I'm sorry. I just enjoy this stuff. But you can come over here, you can destroy a card, but it costs hair. And I only have 10 hair right now, and it costs 10 hair to destroy a card. So it's kind of like Slay the Spire, where you want to kind of deck thin your deck to try and get better cards. Alright, let's check the shop.
Trying to get in my drawers, girl.
She says that every single time you open up the drawer, and it makes me laugh every single time. So we have a Gnawing Fang. Deal 2 damage, increases value by 2 for the duration of this combat. That sounds pretty good. Exorcism, just clear all statuses. This is the Tendrils of Deflection, which I already have, which gains 5. Saying hair is a form of currency is hilarious to me. Wait, why? Cascading Flesh. Gain 1 block for each point of damage dealt. Clears at the end of your turn. Max 6 granted. We also have It's Alive! Heal self for 5 and Dismiss. What does Dismiss do? Oh, it's actually not letting me click on the... or click the tooltip button. Can I do it? No, you can't get tooltips in the shop. I wonder if that's intentional. Then we have the Wall of Light. Murder, which deal 1 idle damage 4 times. What is idle damage? I don't know. We have Pooper Scooper. Oh, how many doll hairs do you have? Oh my god, yes! Wait, that's right, my mom used to call money hair. She'd be like, would you like me to give you, to slide you a couple of doll hairs? So it's, how many hairs would you like? That is actually really funny. Push the enemy back 1 space at the start of combat. Hex Bag. Whenever you burn a card during combat, gain 1 health. Burn a card? I don't remember burning a card. Piss! It's the piss jar! Oh my god! Wait, is this the happiness jar? Chat. This is where you go to buy your jar of happiness. The piss jar. Jar happiness. Same thing, right? Inflict enemies with 2 enfeebled at the start of combat. I think, if I remember from the time I played the demo, that this is enfeebled reduces the damage? And then we have a weak pill. Heals for 5 health with water. Heals for 2 without. So this is an interesting mechanic I stumbled upon too, where you have to heal with a sink in a kitchen. We haven't encountered a kitchen yet, so I'll point one out when we do. But you heal at the sink of the kitchen. But there's like specific randomly procedurally generated rooms that you encounter. Okay. I only have 10 hair. So I think I'm gonna buy this growing fang. And then I can only afford the tendrils of deflection. I might as well buy the tendrils of deflection. You don't have to manually add them to your deck. They're just added to your deck whenever you do it, I think. Because you can click on them, you can sort them by name, rarity, newest. Cool. Okay. Women love the growing thing. Of course they love the growing thing. Straight women, at least. Alright, let's go up. Okay. Tendrils of deflection art looks cool. The artwork in this game is actually just really nice. It reminds me very much of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I like it a lot. This very, like, scribbled art style. The growing fang is cool, too. But where's the tendrils of deflection? Yeah. It's old school Slender Man. I don't think some women dislike growing boobs. Oh, that's not what I was thinking about when I was thinking of growing. Anyways. It's old school Slenderman. Monkey's paw. Still need to read that? Wait. Slenderman? What were you talking about? Now I forget. An electric wall. Rusty nails. Okay, sure. Yeah, and you thought you had a dirty mind, but then you met me. Oh, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark! They're fun. I wish I could read them on stream, but unfortunately they're not in the public domain, so I can't. You only think about dicks, and that's why you love you? Chat, if you hear about something growing... Unless we're talking about plants. Okay, whatever. Sure, whatever. I don't think about growing boobs. That's what happens when you hit puberty. That just happens. I don't think about that. Unless you're... Do you want to be effeminated? Feminized? Maybe in 50 years since you said you had no plans of retiring? True. True. Dick's, what's so bad about a sporting goods store? I went to a Dick's recently because I was looking for shoes. That's when I was like, chat, I think I just want Vans. I was wearing, like, nicer, supposedly nicer running shoes. And they ended up going bad really quickly. And I realized, fuck it, I'm just gonna go back to wearing Vans. I thought about Dick's. Don't worry, I was referring to the lesbians. For the lesbiabs? Lesbiabs! Is that like lesbian abs? Sick. Okay. Let's cry a little bit. I see them, I'm gonna cry. So, I'm enfeebled right now. Why am I enfeebled? Enemy is stronger in darkness. Did I get a status effect that I didn't realize? Also, I should use my battery. Use a AAA battery to restore 2 battery. Yes, we'll do that. We will get some light. Wait, Dick sells Vans? No, they do not sell Vans. I went to Dick's because I thought I was gonna get nicer shoes. Or like a different kind of shoe, but I decided that I just did not want them. Alright. Let's see. So... I guess we can go... Blanc? You know what, actually, I'm going to discard... Okay, I thought I was going to draw into something nice. I didn't draw into anything nice. I'm going to put a wall down. How much do I have? I have enough to do both. So I'm going to put down a wall, then I'm going to put down a trap. Wait, if I hit this, does it hit it or the wall? I've never tried this before. It hits it still. So it hits through the wall. Nice. And then I don't actually have anything else to cast. She stabbed at a Dick's. I'm proud of my little bottom fox. What do you mean? I would never think of Vans as sportswear. You know, it's actually funny you say that, Yiggy, because you know what Vans are actually meant for? I mean, it depends on what you consider a sport. I consider it to be a sport, because I surely can't do it. Skateboarding. Vans are for skating. They're for skateboarding. Okay. Oh, wait, does stamina? Your current stamina, you gain 3 at the start of each turn, and unused stamina carries over. That's actually really nice. However, you cannot start with more than 6. Oh, so I started with the max amount of stamina. Nice. Yeah, so, Vans and DCs, which I remember I was shit talking DCs the last time we talked about shoes. I never use Vans for skateboarding, I just use skater shoes. They're kind of skater shoe. But short people are supposed to have great balance because of your low gravity center. To be fair, I only tried skating once and I was a kid. DCs are ugly puffy shoes. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the way DCs look. I like Vans. I like Vans because they're compact. Like me! With a big one is hard? What? Sleek. Yeah, they're sleek. They're low profile. So Vans were made for skating. Did you know what Converse are meant for, though? A reason why you like Converse. Converse are great. God, fuck. I remember hearing that they were gonna bring back the knee-high Converse. Is that still happening? Hold on, I gotta Google this, chat. She's bringing out her Google. Are they still bringing out knee-high Converse? Because if they're bringing out knee-high Converse, I fucking wear them. Oh, they are back. They did. They are back. Oh my god. Wait, they're on sale. What if instead, I could use the money to get the platform Vans or the knee-high Converse, because they're on sale right now for $60. They're half off. I'll have to decide. Thank you again so much for the throne gift. I really do appreciate it. Rama, do you have a pair of knee-high Converse? They're too thin for skateboarding. I use Zoo York. What the fuck is Zoo York? Zoo York. Zoo York. Up to you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Fanboys like you deserve knee-highs, honestly. Of course you would say that. They're about the same price, though. Yeah, they are. They are. Or are they about the same price? Yeah, they are. So the, I think they're $60, which is probably plus shipping. The 70, yeah. Such a toss-up. I don't have any, sadly, but I do love my platform Vans. I had a pair of platform Pumas. Do you guys like Pumas? I love me some Puma shoes, actually. I gotta look at my Pumas. They're like the Puma suedes. They're like the black and white ones. Pumas. On the subject of shoes, have you ever seen those limited edition Dr. Martin Crocs? Wait, Doc Martin Crocs? Look up Zoo York, you'll recognize them immediately. Zoo York shoes. I'm getting like... Oh, those are DCs. Those are DCs. Wait, Zoo York versus DC. They look identical to DCs. What happened to DC? Are DC shoes still around? DC is still around. Maybe Zoo York is like the European brand. What do you mean Doc Martin Crocs, though? No, they're real. Croc Martens? Hi, Wrench. I found you a new pair of shoes. Wait. Croc? No, they're fucking real. Are you joking? Croc Martens. You want some Croc Martens? That's awful. Wait, they're not real. Okay, wait, no. Oh, thank God. They're not real. They are not real. This is a joke. This is a joke. Doc Martens actually does make sandals. But they're like the leather sandals that you get. Those are they're Croc thigh highs? Oh my God, I used to love Ed Hardy. I used to have Ed Hardy overnight bags. I would take Ed Hardy overnight bags to my dad's house. I think I have put magic cards in them or something. I would sooner confess to murder than wear those. Same. Same. Actually, those are off. I don't like Crocs in general, though. I just don't like Crocs. Oh God, I still have Discord art bots trying to add me on Discord. Look up Croc thigh highs. Okay, hold on. We'll look up Croc thigh highs, and then we'll continue the game. I want to play until we die. Thigh highs. Wait, I've seen these before. Are they? They don't think these are real either. I think this is a Photoshop. I hope it's a Photoshop and not AI. They look kind of AI generated though. Remember when things used to be Photoshop instead of AI? That was a good time. Or the croc thigh highs. There you go. I have Doc Marten shoes that I use for the office. They also make regular non-boots. Song request. Wait. Oh, you want to make a croc redeem? No. Want to bet? Check Amazon. I mean, I'm not a betting. This is funny coming from me. I don't want to bet on this. Wait, I was going to look up Croc Martens. Okay, I'm looking up Croc Martens first. Okay, Croc Martens are not real. But this exists. And I hate this. This is an official Croc product? Chat, prepare yourself. Do you guys know what a Mary Jane shoe is? It's like you see them in Lolita wear? What is that monstrosity? Croc thigh highs. Mary Janes.
The power of Christ helps you.
Croc Mary Janes. This is a real thing you can buy on Amazon. SpongeBob boots. That's what I'm saying. Those are funny. Okay, Croc thigh highs. No, the Croc thigh highs are not real. Instead, if you chat, go to Amazon, look up Croc thigh highs, you'll see ass. They actually have, because it's thigh high stockings. Oh my. These are lingerie ads. I can't show these on stream. These are lingerie ads. Yeah, the Croc thigh highs don't exist. So I should have bet, because I would have won. Croc thigh highs are not a real. There's just thigh high boots. Thigh high stockings. Nice. Anyways, on the subject of brands we all bought as teens, Shelly's Rangers. Also, hi Raid Hunter, how are you doing today? I have never heard of Shelly's Rangers. What the hell are those? Lingerie ads. Shelly's Rangers. Okay, this is the last thing I'm Googling. Rangers. That is not a thing in the US. You know those ads are targeted? What the? Shelly Ranger? They just look like Doc Martens. But you can get them in pretty colors. I like the red ones. Red Shelly Rangers. Those are cool. Neato. Anyways. Tired My Brain says no sleep. We read no sleep. You should go to no sleep if you can't sleep. I'm sure it'll help you sleep. We were reading some no sleep stories earlier. They were nice. Clown shoes? What do you mean? I like the red shoes. Okay, I did 1 damage, and then we're gonna hide. We're gonna hide in our hidey hole. Chat, I don't think that the... Oh, I forgot to mention what I made for Halloween. You know what I made for Halloween to eat today, chat? Normally on a Friday, I'll make pizza. I made pizza dough. But instead of making a pizza with it, I used it to wrap around little hot dogs, and I cut it real thin. So I made mummy hot dogs. Mummy pigs in a blanket. Or mummy dogs, whatever you want to call them. They were really cute, and they tasted really good. But I'm hungry again. Mummy, like an Egyptian mummy. M-U-M-M-Y. Sarcophadogs! Oh, I like that! That's what I'm calling them from now on. They're sarcophadogs. That's cute. I like that a lot. Yeah, I had sarcophadogs, and then I had, to go with them, I had blood in my tomato soup. I said tomato soup and sarcophagus. They're full hot dogs, so it wasn't like a miniature corn dog. They were full corn dogs. Full dog. I ate the full dog, chat. Whole dog and all. It was very tasty. But it wasn't a lot of calories, so I'm kind of hungry again. So I might actually end here pretty soon so I can go get some food. I might make some popcorn and watch some scary movies. And get some candy, too. I gotta have my Halloween night. But I want to see how far we can go. We're only at 16 HP. I think I got a little bit of a heal. Caramel corn? The only reason I haven't made caramel corn, like kettle corn, is I have a fancy, my little whirly pop. You remember me talking about my whirly pop, chat? It's a popcorn, like it's a stovetop popcorn maker. The only reason I haven't made caramel corn is you have to put sugar in with the kernels. That makes kettle corn. Caramel corn. Can you make caramel corn by wrapping, like you put caramel around the popcorn? Like after it's already been popped? Is that how caramel corn is made? And kettle corn is, you put the sugar in the corn. The reason I haven't made kettle corn is because I don't want to stain or damage the interior of my popcorn pot. She raw dogged? I did raw dog. I raw dogged those raw dogs. Now that you mentioned popcorn, I went to see Chainsaw Man today with some friends. The buckets were all sold out? No! I think that kind of caramel is too thick. I don't know how kettle corn, or caramel corn is made. I don't know how kettle corn is made, but how do you make caramel corn? Spaghetti deer. Why are you bonking me? Am I wrong? Tell me, how do you make caramel corn? Clean that can, by the way. Oh yeah, I'm not ending yet. I'm gonna go a little bit longer until I get too weak. Maybe I should end. I am getting kind of hungry. Alright, let's... How much should I have? Oh, my bad. But I will soon. If I couldn't get my Pochita bucket... Oh, is that the little guy? Is that the little orange guy with the chainsaw face? I saw a bunch of those plushies when I was in Japan. Caramel corn. It does sound really tasty. My coochie guy? My coochie? Pluchy, you would talk about your coochie. That's Pochita. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Pochita. Just finish this one battle if you want. That sounds good. They have Pochita buckets? I'm running to the movie. Yiggy said that they were sold out! Pluchy has that Madusi. The Madusi. But yeah, by the way, chat. This game is available on Steam for free as a free demo. This is an alpha. House of Hamelin. It's only available until the 3rd, so if you want to play it now. But yeah. Do you think they'll give me one from the back if I show my tattoo, though? Do you have a Chainsaw Man tattoo? Also, I thought you were talking about showing them your back, and I was like, what? I'll probably play it tomorrow. You should. It's really fun, and you should contact... I need to see... Let me check the Steam page, actually, really quickly. Because I remember seeing... something about... Yeah, get your cat in the game! Send us your cat photos for a chance for them to be featured in the House of Hamelin. Yeah, so if you want to get your cat in this game, there's a Google form. There's a Google form you can submit your cat photos to. So, cats only, no other animals, all breeds and ages are accepted, no people, no modern things in the photo, such as cell phones, flat screen TVs, modern cars, computers, etc. No brand name or copyrighted things. Yeah. So, they're purely voluntary, no compensation, but you can get a chance to get your cat in the photo. It's a free demo, and I never refuse a free meal. Very fair. Alright, so this is the Google form. I'll put it on... There it is on Twitch. Let me get it on YouTube, too. Or YouTube. We'll look for my cat when it comes out. We should. We should. Oops. There we go. I think that'll... Does that link work? Yeah, that should work. Yeah, so you can submit your cat to be in this game. Type your full legal name as your electronic signature. You can probably type your username. And then your cat's name. And if your photos have multiple cats, please briefly disguise which is which. But I'm sure you don't have to actually submit your real name. But you do have to submit your email, so make sure... If you want to use a burner, I'd use a burner. It just says as an electronic signature. I highly doubt you have to do it your real name. Anyways, back to what I was doing. So it's gonna block. It's gonna block, and then move and then attack. My hat's covering part of it. Let's do... Before it blocks, we can do Growing Fang. Ooh, that's a cool animation. And then this will do 6. 6 is greater than 3. Well, actually, it's the same amount of damage. For the same stamina, because it's... I can do 6, or I can do 3 twice. Or I could do 3 and put up a wall. Let's do that. Let's do 3 damage and then put up a wall. Because that would keep us safe. And this is electrified. Today I learned Ramen's alternative nickname should be No Backs Are Given. Oh my god. False, I never get free stuff these days. Your sexy back. True, 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 true. Ramen's really proud of her back, as she should be. Backs are great. Oh wait, I can do another damage. Wait, did I more than I thought? Oh, did I get... I think I got crushed. That is so much damage that I just got dealt. Ouch. Let's do another cornered. And then this Death Glow is not really good because it actually is the same amount of stamina for a Lacerate, but it doesn't... It's only 2 damage. Because deal 1 damage twice. I think what this is meant for is it will reduce the stamina so it can push it back sooner, but I'm going to discard it for now. And I guess we'll discard. And then I got the Growing Fang. Nice. And then I guess... Ooh, I can't block. I'm out of stamina. Uh-oh. I might actually die here. The real monster we're fighting is Vix's stomach. Shh. I'm hungry. I only ate once today. I only had... I guess I had 2 pigs in a blanket and some soup and a little bit. I had some nerds. I had some nerds candy. So it's gonna move. The forwards are backwards and then attack. Damn, that's light. I haven't had a lot today, so I'm hungry. I wanted to save some space for some popcorn. You had soup too. What kind of soup did you have? Also, speaking of soup, I think tomorrow... Do you guys know Townsend's? This is gonna be kind of a weird thing that I like. Maybe unexpected. I don't know. Is it weird for goths to like history? I love historical things. And one of my favorite things is historical cooking. There's a channel on YouTube called Townsend's, and they do a lot of historical cooking. And I saw a recipe recently for a historical old like colonial America French onion soup, and it looks really good. It's really simple too. It's basically you just cook onions and butter. It's onions and butter, and then you put some hot water in there, and then you this is a really interesting thing that colonial Americans used to do. Colonial Americans used to put old breadcrumb. So, like, old bread crust, if you have, like, a... This is a great thing to do, by the way. If you ever have bread that goes bad or goes stale. Not moldy bread, but stale. If you have bread that goes stale, you can tear it up, put it in some boiling water, and it becomes a really good soup base. I've done it to make a cheese soup. That's really nice. You put cheese... It's like water, bread, and then cheese, and it makes a really good cheese soup. But you do onion and then breadcrumb. Are you guys talking about my favorite YouTube channel of all time, Ask a Mortician? Not weird at all. Ask a Mortician is borderline a goth historian. Very true. She's so cool. I love Ask a Mortician. Also, didn't I introduce you, Swiggity, to Ask a Mortician? I love Caitlin Dowdy. She's great. Cheese soup, isn't that just sauce? It's like a cheddar soup. So you take an old... It's like a... The reason why it's not, sauce is because it's like... broccoli cheddar. You've had, like, broccoli cheddar soup? It's like that kind of cheese soup, where it's more of, like, brothy, I guess. Yes, you did, lol. I've cooked on her voice. Have you guys seen the video where she reacts to her... Somebody dressed up in her in drag they did drag Caitlin Dowdy. Not dragging her, but they dressed up as drag, and it was like a drag parody of Caitlin Dowdy. And she mentioned that they described her voice as Cher, sounding like she's about to yawn, which I just think is really funny. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, look up Ask a Mortician on YouTube. Great channel, really good educational stuff, like historical and also educational about the mortician work in the death industry. Very interesting. EP Sleepy, bye chat. Thanks so much for being here, Yiggy. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your night and that you had a happy Halloween. I appreciate you being here. Does the goth historian know what happens inside of a cap hill? What is a cap hill? Is that... I don't know what a cap hill is actually, but I do know about the oven burial. Not the oven burial, the oven crypts. Don't worry, you need the context for that. Oh, okay. Is this like between you and ramen? Fair enough. I'm surprised I haven't mentioned Ask a Mortician before. I love Ask a Mortician. Hello, ghosts. Speak about Mortician. Wait, I'm sending you it? Oh, wait, I want the context. Yeah, send me the context. What is the context? What is a cap hill? Wait, I'll show you guys. I'll show you the meme chat. This is from r/Seattle, apparently. I didn't realize Seattle was so weird. It's beautiful. r/Seattle. Sigh. Stumbled onto another goth lesbian makeout session at Broadway Market while trying to score a bag of Cool Ranch Doritos. I am so tired of Cap Hill. Does the goth historian know what happens inside Cap Hill? I think Cap Hill is a city. Or it's a suburb. It's probably a suburb in Seattle. That's it, I'm moving? You should move to Cap Hill in Seattle. Let me see. Is Cap Hill like a suburb in Seattle? I'm getting so sidetracked. This is why this is a member stream. This is what member streams have in member streams. If you are lurking, I mean, I think this is for subscribers only. But remember last time we did a member stream and I forgot to make it a member stream? That was an oopsies. It's a sort of grocery store. Wait, I thought it was a. At first, I didn't see r/Seattle and saw Cap Hill and thought that was from where I last lived because we had a Cap Hill. Maybe Cap Hill. Let me see. Cap Hill, Seattle. What happens if I Google Cap Hill, Seattle? Member streams just us watching Vixie's ADHD. No. Cap Hill. Oh! You know what? I think Cap Hill is a shortening of Capitol Hill. It usually just means Capitol Hill, aka downtown, town near the courthouse. So every city has a Capitol Hill. So Vixie. So Plucci. Yeah, so Capitol Hill is just what you call it near the courthouse. Are you the Dorito or the Lay's one? It depends on my mood. Right now, I could really go for some Cool Ranch Doritos. Did you guys try... I don't know if they have them in store anymore. A couple years ago... Was it a couple years ago or was it last year? Whenever it was. They brought back the old original Dorito flavor. It was like taco flavored. It was so good. Let me see. Do they still have the old Dorito? It's like taco flavored Doritos. Taco flavored Doritos. They brought those back for a little bit. Yeah. They do still have them. Look, they have the coolest fucking packaging tool too. This is Dorito. This is what Doritos used to look like. Taco flavored. Da 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 da. They have the little sombrero on them. But yeah, this is the old original Doritos flavors with packaging, and they sold them at for a little bit. And I guess they're still for sale because you can buy them on Doritos store. Hungry. They sell those at my local grocery store. I've never seen them like that before. I think it's from the 80s. Let me see. 80s Doritos. Yeah. Well, maybe... Was it 70s? Have you guys ever... This is me being very ADHD. Oh no, it's the 70s. It was the 70s. Have you guys ever heard of the... I remember I watched a video on the history of Dorito chips for some reason. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see them like that either, because it was before my time too, but they originally came out in the 70s. But they brought them back. They brought them back as like a retro time travel thing. You can't be worse than me at changing subjects continuously. Pluchy is so bad about changing subjects continuously that you will start conversations by saying anyways, as if you're changing the subject before you even start talking. It makes me laugh every time. But yeah, you're right. I can't be worse than that. I'm forever waiting for Lay's to bring back the mango salsa flavor? What? You're the Doritos one and I'm the Lay's? Yeah, honestly, I'll take the Doritos. Literally, yes, I will never forget them. They were fan-made flavor before for the chip flavor competition. I remember the chicken and waffles one, but I never tried those. Do you think I'll kill this with 2 damage? No, it was shielded. Damn it. The funny thing is, I don't do that when I speak Italian. That's actually really funny. That's very funny. It's an English exclusive thing. That's amusing. What's the word for anyways in Italian? Oh, it died because it stepped in the trap. Nice. Nice. Oh, I have to choose. Comunque. Comunque. How do you say that? It's K. Like, because the Spanish pronunciation of Q-U-E is K. Do I want to inflict 2 bleed or gain 1 rage when hurt? Rage increases card damage for each stack decrement when the character ends their turn. Or bleed deals unblockable damage for... Oh, I remember actually there's an enemy later in the game that doesn't attack. It's K. Common K. Common K. Common K. Something like that. Okay. We can end the gameplay here. I will say if you're playing the demo, that doesn't save your progress, but obviously it won't save your progress because it's a demo. No, wait. Wait, what? I don't want to do a text. Okay, fair enough. So I'm probably gonna end here. However, do you guys want to do one more quick story before we end, just to end things off on? Because I thought about reading... Do you want me to read World's Best School Psychologist? Do you want me to read School's Best Psychologist before we go? I think that might be fun. Alright, let's do that. Let's do that. Let me find it really quick. World's Best School Psychologist. It's a creepypasta. Yeah. It's from 12 years ago. Sent you a voice message? Oh, good idea. Wait, I don't know if they'll be able to hear it. Hold on, let me get the... Where's Discord audio? Discord VC properties. Pluchy. There we go. How does it sound like?
Comunque.
Comunque. Comunque. Good enough. Good enough. What? Don't make them listen to it. It was just you saying a word in Italian. What's wrong with that? Oh my god. Sorry. I'll ask next time. All right. I don't wanna. Okay, I didn't do it. I won't do it again. I won't do it again. Anyways, try out House of Hamelin. If you want your cat to be in the game, you can submit your cat here. Go submit. Where's my... Oh my god, I have too many tabs open. Where's YouTube chat? There's YouTube chat. Alright, we're gonna read the last scary story of the day. This one is called World's Best School Psychologist. Actually, do you want me to read this one, or do you want me to read Autopilot? Because I'll give you guys a choice. So Autopilot is about a guy who operates on autopilot, And World's Best School Psychologist is about, it's very similar to Sold Happiness in Glass Jars. I'll find both of them. They're both really good. Oh, this one requires you to confirm that you are over the age of 18. Oh, this one's really short. Autopilot's really short. World's Best School Psychologist is a little bit longer, but not by much. So you guys can decide, do you want to hear the scary story about Autopilot or World's Best School Psychologist? You want to hear Plucci? Did you guys not hear it? I don't want to embarrass Plucci more. Wait, you guys didn't hear it? Okay. Well, that's fine. Really? Huh, I guess it's not playing through. World's Best School Psychologist? Okay. Anyone else have an opinion on what story they'd like to hear? Do you want the one that's similar to Happiness in Glass Jars, or do you want to hear the one that, Wait, did you hear it that time? You did hype it up like crazy. Okay, true. It was her this time. I'm sorry! I didn't mean to! I didn't realize! Okay. It was set up to be played the first time, but I guess they didn't hear it. I'm sorry! Alright. Well, we will read World's Best School Psychologist. You're a terrible friend? I'm sorry! I'm sorry! I asked you one thing? I did not realize that it was going to play. Vod, shave the streamer? Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was just trying to hear how you pronounce the word. I apologize. Alright, let's get to the story. Plucci exposed as Italian scandalous. Scandalous. Alright. We'll read one last story, and then we'll call it for the rest of the night. And you guys can go out and have your happy Halloween. Alright, this is the one that I was hyping up earlier, because it's very similar to Glass Jars. She's Still Happiness in Glass Jars, that is. I don't have it cropped this time, but it's fine. This one is called World's Best School Psychologist by Creepy Carbs from 12 years ago. Here we go. Oh yeah, let me get the music. Play the music really quick. When I was 12, I came to the conclusion that everyone in the world, including my own family, was against me. I was never a problem child, but my parents sure treated me like one. For example, I used to need to be home by 5 p.m. every day. This clearly restricted my amount of playtime outdoors. I wasn't allowed to have friends over to play at the house, nor was I allowed to go over to anyone else's. I had to finish homework directly after I came home from school, no matter how long it took. My parents refused to buy me video games and forced me to read books and then write a book report on them to prove I actually read it. Now, even though those rules listed above were quite frustrating to me as a child, they aren't what upset me the most. What really hurt me was the lack of compassion on behalf of my parents. My mother was a bitter woman who always made me feel guilty of accidents or mistakes I've made. My father only knew one emotion, frustration. The only time he ever spoke to me was when he screamed at me receiving poor test scores or beat me for misbehaving. But enough about them. Let's talk about my school psychologist. For his own privacy, we will call him Dr. Tanner. Like most junior high schools, a psychologist is always available on campus during school hours to assist any students in need of counseling, whether it is emotional, academic, social, behavioral, etc. Oops. To be honest, I have never seen any students talking with Dr. Tanner. Every day, I would walk past his office on my way to the cafeteria and peek through his door's little window. He would always be alone in there. Hi, Ethereal. Working on some paperwork. Yes, I'm still here. I'm about to wrap it up. We're reading one last scary story, so if you want to sit down, get comfortable. We're reading the one called World's Best School Psychologist, which is one of my favorite no-sleep stories of all time. We're learning about Dr. Tanner. I guess that most kids are too afraid to speak about their problems to an adult who is practically a stranger. You missed something dumb? Wait, what did I miss? Did you DM me something? Oh, ETH. Oh! Okay, anyways, where was I? I guess that most kids were too afraid to speak about their problems to an adult who's practically a stranger. For this reason, it took me 3 weeks to muster enough courage to go into his office. March 2nd, 1993 was the day I decided to voice my troubles to Dr. Tanner. During lunch break, I stood in front of his office door and knocked. Through the window, I could see him raise his head, smile, and motion for me to come in. I did. He greeted me by introducing himself and asking my name. Dr. Tanner was a very soft-spoken man who seemed to radiate kindness. In less than 30 minutes, I rambled to Dr. Tanner about how mean my parents were to me and how they didn't care about me at all. After a while, my voice began to quaver and I stopped speaking. The psychologist listened patiently to my whole spiel, arms folded and head nodding. I half expected him to begin talking about how everything I had just said was untrue and that my parents loved me dearly and blah blah blah. But he didn't. Dr. Tanner leaned towards me with a grin on his face and said, "You know, I'm the best school psychologist in the world. I promise we will fix this." I rolled my eyes. "Okay, but how?" I asked. "I have my ways," he replied. "I'm a man of my word. I promise that within just 1 month, the relationship between you and your parents will change for the better. Forever." After a brief pause, he continued, "Although I do need you to make me a promise. You have to promise me that you'll come back to my office after school tomorrow and that you won't tell anyone we had this conversation today. It'll be our little secret." I promised. Chat, never make a promise to someone like this. Don't never make a promise like this. It won't do well for you. The following day, I returned to Dr. Tanner after school. It was around 4 p.m. when I entered his office. After a warm welcome, he asked me to have a seat in front of his desk once again. Upon sitting down, I watched Dr. Tanner close the blinds of the door's tiny window. "There," he smiled. "Now we have all the privacy we need." We began to talk about my likes and interests, my favorite subjects in school, my least favorite teachers, and things of the like. About an hour into the conversation, Dr. Tanner offered me a soft drink. I gladly took the offer, considering my parents never allowed me to drink soda. Dr. Tanner reached over to his mini fridge and fidgeted around before setting down 2 open cans of soda on the desk. Afterwards, we continued to talk about what was going on in my life, but it wasn't long before I passed out from whatever drugs Dr. Tanner placed in my drink. It took me a minute or so to adjust my blurred vision upon waking, and when it did, I had no idea what to think. I was handcuffed to a bed, and my mouth was sealed with duct tape. I immediately began to panic, squirming and tugging at the cuffs, but gave up soon after. My eyes widened in disbelief after looking around the room. There were posters of superheroes pinned up along the walls, and photographs of famous athletes on shelves. In the middle of the room was an old television and a Super Nintendo, various game cartridges stacked alongside it. I didn't know what to think. Here I am in a room filled with items most kids would die to play with. I would have probably cried from joy hadn't I been handcuffed to a bed frame. My stomach sank once again as the door opened and Dr. Tanner walked inside. He sat down on the edge of the bed. "Now listen," he said. "Remember that I'm here to help you, and I would never hurt you, okay?" Dr. Tanner gently removed the tape from my mouth and the cuffs from my hands. My first instinct was to begin crying, but something about Dr. Tanner made me feel safe. He smiled at me. "You're going to be staying here for a while," he continued, "and during this time, you're allowed to play with any toys in this room while I'm here at home. But when I leave the house, I'll need to cuff one of your hands back to the bed. You can still watch the television, but I want you to only watch the news channels while I'm away." I sat in silence, still trying to process the information he had given me. "So," Dr. Tanner yipped, slapping me on the knee, "you go ahead and knock yourself out. I'll be back when it's time for dinner." He got up from the bed, walked across the room, and clicked the TV's power button before locking the door behind me. Several more minutes passed before I realized that Dr. Tanner wasn't joking. All that was left for me to do was boot up the Nintendo and play Mario until nightfall. At about 7 p.m., Dr. Tanner returned to the room carrying 2 plates of mashed potatoes and chicken strips. I finally gathered up the courage to ask him how long I'd be staying in this room. Well, about a month, he replied. Give or take a few weeks. I just have some work I need to do. The following morning, I woke to Dr. Tanner's hand patting my head. Hey, bud. You don't have to wake up right now if you don't want, but I'm going to need to put this back on, he whispered, clamping the cold steel handcuff onto my wrist. I gazed up at him. He was wearing a collared shirt and slacks, a coat draped over his shoulder, and a suitcase at his side. He looked just how he always did when I saw him around school. Before leaving, he placed the TV's remote next to him and told me to turn it on and watch the news. The first thing I saw upon turning it on was a breaking news segment. An important-looking police officer stood at a podium surrounded by people with microphones. I happened to begin viewing halfway through his speech. A statewide Amber Alert has been issued as of this morning. We have several investigators working towards identifying potential abductors, but as of right now, there is not much evidence. Faculty members state that the boy had been last seen around 4 or 5 in the evening on... I began to feel nauseous as a photograph of me appeared on the screen. It was my yearbook picture from last year. Captions for the photograph displayed my name, my age, my school, and my town. Above my pictures were alternating titles. FBI begins search for child, and kidnapping suspect unknown, and potential runaway. The live footage continued, and 2 figures I soon recognized as my mom and dad stepped up to the podium. Both appeared to have reddened eyes. Tears streamed down my mother's face as she took hold of a microphone. I'd never seen so much emotion from my mother before, as she wept on live television, stuttering on sentences such as, "Please return my baby back to me," and "I'm so sorry," and "Please come home to us." When my father took the microphone, I nearly expected his attitude to be stone cold, but he too had tears in his eyes. He pleaded to the world to bring his son home safely, and lastly begged for my forgiveness. I know I haven't been the best father, but god damn it do I wish I had been now. Please bring my boy back. I turned the power off shortly after. My emotions were mixed, for I had never once seen my father cry. I felt miserable that my parents were being put through so much, but at the same time I felt relief. I now know how much my dad and mom loved me. Nearly 4 weeks have passed, and Dr. Tanner has been treating me with the utmost respect. He leaves me in the morning cuffed to the bed frame, but returns in the afternoon to eat lunch and dinner with me, talk, and play games. I would have never guessed how good Dr. Tanner was at Monopoly and Scrabble. But one morning, when Dr. Tanner woke me before heading off to work, I noticed a stern look on his face. I also realized that it was 3 hours earlier than when he usually wakes me. You need to watch the news today. No exceptions. I want you to keep the television on all day and pay close attention to it, he stated grimly. I, of course, complied and watched him exit the room. About 2 hours later, a breaking news segment interrupted the toothpaste commercial I was watching. The title, "Human Remnants Found." 2 staunch-looking men in suits stood aside one another and began speaking. We are displeased to bring up such unfortunate news this morning regarding our missing child case from earlier this month. One of the men bowed his head while the other speaking shuffled through some papers. He continued. Remains of a body have been found in a garbage bag beneath a highway overpass. The body appears to be that of a child, although not much of it is left. The body has been decapitated, and much of it has been burnt to ash and bone. The screen shifted over to a helicopter view of the freeway. Dozens of police cars gathered near the bottom of a tall overpass. The man's voice could still be heard. Within the bag, police found a junior high school identification card labeled as such. The screen showed the school ID card I always kept in my backpack. The plastic was sort of melted away, but my photograph and name were intact. After the 2 men dismissed themselves, the camera panned over to my parents. They were sitting among reporters. My mother's face held a painful grimace, and my father sulked his head down at his knees. I shut the television off. Dr. Tanner returned home very late. He hurried into the room, unlocked my cuffs, and placed a bottle of fizzing water into my hand. He placed his hands on my shoulders and smiled. I made you a promise, didn't I? I nodded, tears squeezing their way out of my eyes. You need to make me a promise again, he whispered. He told me that I needed to drink all the water in the bottle. It would help me sleep, and from here on, I am never to tell anyone that I ever met him. I promised. I told you I am the best school psychologist in the world, didn't I? And he was right. I awoke later that night to find myself lying in the middle of a park. Stars shining brilliantly across the night sky. I recognized the park. It wasn't too far from my school. Miles down the road, I saw my house. The lights were off inside, but I could make out my father sitting on the step leading to the front door. I hesitantly called out to him. He lifted his head slowly, but when he saw it was me, he sprang to his feet, ran towards me, arms open, yelling my name. My mother erupted from the house behind him. Dr. Tanner was right. Things have changed with my family and I. My parents smile more often and treat me lovingly. I could not ask for a more perfect ending. Every now and then, I see Dr. Tanner on campus, talking to and from his office. Rarely do we ever make eye contact, let alone speak to one another. But sometimes he'll shoot me a wink and a smile. I'll always keep my promise to him and pretend I never met him. But there'll always be one question forever floating in my mind. Who did Dr. Tanner decapitate and throw off the overpass? And there you go. There it is. The world's best school psychologist. I hope I didn't overhype it too much. I love this story. I think it's a classic. A bit too much, to be honest. I like it. I think it's good. I think it's a classic. You love it for real? I think it's very similar, like I said, to the glass jar story, where it's like you kind of gotta remember and appreciate what you have for what it is. Otherwise, you're gonna miss it when it's gone. I think it gives a good. It's a good moral. Good moral. I was thinking of that body too. I know. Yeah, that's the way it ends. Is who did Dr. Tanner decapitate and throw off the overpass? All right. Is it messed up? Kind of messed up. I want this to happen to me. I never signed up for it, but I know it's toxic. But no, I think that's kind of the point, right? Like you wonder what would happen if something similar were to happen to you. But yeah, there you go. Happy Halloween, everyone. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoy reading some of these old no sleep stories. Maybe next year we'll read Autopilot. Honestly, I think it's good. It's like just creepy enough to be mildly unsettling. Yeah, like it can be kind of shock value with the way that he's being like chain cuffed to the bed and stuff, but I think it's good. I think it's really good. Happy Halloween. Happy Halloween, everyone. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. If you're gonna go to a party, be safe, be careful. If you've already been, I hope you had a good time. Schedule might be a little bit late this week, so if I don't post it on Saturday, I'll post it on Sunday. I'm trying to get some last minute things ironed out. But be looking out for that. Otherwise, though, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for joining me for the member stream. I was happy to get a chance to do one of these, and especially on Halloween. So, yeah, this was really fun. It was really fun. Happy Halloween, everyone. You busted your ass all month. Take a breather. Thank you. Thank you. I actually have a lot of work I gotta do this weekend, but I'll get around to it, I'm sure. But thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the Halloween environment as well. We can get one good last look at it before we go. Shout out to Treitaku for all of the hard work. I couldn't be happier. Alright though, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here. We're not going to raid out since the member stream, so go find someone to say hello to, wish a happy Halloween. And I will see you all on Monday. Back to our regularly scheduled programming. And goodbye to the witch outfit. Officially, at least. It'll still be a redeem. Thank you, Treitaku. Thank you, Vixie. Thank you, thank you. See you next year, background. See you next year. Don't forget to throw out your trash. Thank you for the reminder. I actually did forget. All right, though, everyone. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Happy Halloween. And as always, I love you all. And goodbye.